Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
And a good Tuesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout live on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Thanks for listening on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. For those watching on YouTube and everyone listening to the podcast later on in the day, Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola with you here joining us today. Regular co-host of the Hangout, it is Jasmine, and then Fergie's Prostate is joining us here on the Hangout in his Legion hoodie and his shorts. Still toughing it out with those shorts, Fergie.
Shorts stay on till the snow falls.
Is that your rule for it?
Yep.
I like that one.
I was going to wear my yoga pants, but there's no pockets in it, and I got to have a place for my stuff. So.
Oh, you fancy.
Yeah, so I wore cargo shorts, tube socks. I know that that's a fashion faux pas where you come from.
Oh boy, tube socks.
In what? Wearing shorts?
Oh,
cargo shorts.
He thinks it's the curse of mankind's fashion. So.
Thank you,
cargo
Steven.
shorts?
Well, why isn't anybody commenting on how short Fergie's Prostate's shorts are?
Because
they're not?
Oh, it's probably because of the angle. If I was in one of these chairs there, there'd be some disparaging.
They're pretty short, Fergie.
No, they're adequate length. They are adequate length. Yeah. Fergie,
I don't. It's not about how you're sitting. It's how you're standing. How do they look when you're standing?
Right. Exact. Thank you. Mine were just above the knee. Like,
is that what you guys were ripping on them for? Because they were just above the knee?
They were saying they're short shorts, but they were riding up.
Maddie, you were gone. And
I know, that's why I need to figure it out.
So much was happening
welcome back,
here,
Matthew.
and it was basically Tommy's shorts were kind of camouflaging his skin too.
This is Edmonton Sports Talk. Can we talk sports? Or
well, we do fashion.
One of those guys. One of those
I will
guys.
say one of those things. Jasmine and I were not on last week together, and we're not on again the rest of this week. So there is a Big Brother catch-up at some point.
Are we? I think we're.
No.
I thought you had you had work.
Next week.
I'll go full
I'm gone
Eric.
next week. Sorry.
If we're doing Big Brother, I'm going to do full Eric, and I'm leaving.
Then okay, I'm going to save it for the very end of the show. You can walk out, and then we're going to talk Big Brother.
On fashion, her dress is spectacular.
Oh, thank you.
Zebras?
Yeah, I love that. It's
I
great.
appreciate it.
No, you've obviously been draped, and the coloring matches you. Yeah, it's dandy.
You are. I love you. Thank you. See, guys, when you dress
Come with
up,
his best behavior today.
Yeah,
It's my
you feel
feminine
nice.
side.
When you look nice, you feel nice.
Yes, you walked in like a boss today. Like a boss.
This is about Fergie. Let's talk about Fergie and his shorts.
No, there's a lot that this is about a lot of things. This isn't a 2-hour interview, Fergie, today. I called you in just because the three of us are going to grill you all day.
You're scraping the barrel, and I got a text yesterday from Matt. Yeah, you want to do the Hangout? Well, what did I do? Who do I have to apologize to?
No, you want to know something? The few times you've been on, people have loved it.
Oh, well,
Thanks,
people.
Glue Guy came to me. He's like, you should have him on more often.
Oh.
And yesterday was the day where I was like, well, you want to know something? Let's get Fergie. He'd work well with Jasmine, Tommy, and I.
Do I owe Jay money or something?
No, Jay owes you money. It seems like Jay's always such a glue guy that he gives to everyone else.
Yeah.
He brought a spaghetti squash in last week, or I guess he brought a bunch of stuff from his garden.
Last week. I saw that.
And I took it home, and with my folks, I made them some spaghetti squash.
Oh.
And it was delicious. So thank you, Jay, for that wonderful.
Awesome. I love spaghetti squash.
Do you? It's the first time I ever had it.
Really?
It was amazing, yeah.
It tastes like pasta to me. I know people are going to come at me, but I think it does.
It tastes amazing.
Yeah, and the carbs are
Put a nice lemon olive oil in there, sort of like a lemony taste.
The folks in High Prairie,
clean.
folks in High Prairie can grow squash like nobody's business. I'm telling you. I got a High Prairie squash yesterday, and I shared it with my 2 staff members at the Rugby Club, and I'm getting some
Positive reviews?
Well, no, I'm getting the muffins coming back.
Oh, sweet. I like this. The contra deals. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's more
sharing is caring too.
It's more of a zucchini than a spaghetti squash per se, but at any rate.
I'm down with the zucchini.
So who's our sponsor today?
Which one? We got a lot. But the official drink, I think this is what you're getting to, is the Finnish long drink. Legend of 1952. I wasn't ready for that, so I have to find my little note there. A drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment, real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada. We've got the 2 here, which is the original as well as the sugar-free. Which one do you prefer, Fergie? Because I know you want to get into it.
Well, I'm a diabetic, so I'll take the sugar-free.
So that's perfect. Then I'll...
Thank you very kindly. You're an awesome host, Matt.
I will stick with the sugar-free as well today. These are amazing. I stand by them.
They're
my dad
very good.
got back from Europe. My folks did, and he asked me, he's like, "So how are those long drinks? Like, are you just saying this?" Like, no,
they're tasty.
Like, they are absolutely delicious. And everyone that I know that's had them, they keep messaging saying, "Where do I get them?"
We've been hashtag
longdrink.com/Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
We've been hashtag blessed with delicious beverages as sponsors of this fine program. We had Two Hoots, White Claw. I really like White Claw.
Of course.
And but Clamato is very popular. I'm not a big Clamato guy, but and then now long drinks. So we're very, very fortunate in that regard. An ample supply of delicious beverages.
I don't drink when I golf. Can you guys attest? Is this a good golf course drink?
Yeah, it would hot day. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Refreshing.
Especially the no sugar. I always vouch for the no sugar.
Maddie's having it right now. Go on.
I'm just picturing my mind on a golf course.
Yeah, like on a hot day, it'd be
I'm
great.
thinking, yes. I would say I probably would still take a White Claw over this on the course. This to me would be nicer on the patio afterwards, I think. Like on the 19th hole. I think during the round, I would probably prefer the White Claw still.
The White Claw, have you ever heard of getting White Clawed?
No, is this like getting
Cheers.
iced?
No,
Go
it's
on.
like the thing with the White Claw is
What is like what?
you shouldn't drink them on a golf course.
Why not?
Because you want to kind of gradually keep drinking, you want your game to still be good.
Right?
What? It's like a soda, right?
Hello, breakfast.
You can kind of
There's
keep
the
drinking.
perfect.
so-
That's what you will get the first time you try one.
Like if you
okay,
have
what's
a
wrong with the
couple-
White Claw?
if you
You're
have a
getting
couple
White
of
Clawed.
you get wasted. You get like absolutely wasted if you have a couple of White Claws.
No, you don't.
No, they're 5%. Unless you get the surge
like
that
beer.
I think is 7.
It has
Yeah.
something in
Yeah.
it. It's like hand sanitizer.
Alcohol.
That's because you're not an old fat guy. It takes a little longer for us old
Yeah.
fat guys to get a
Fair enough.
buzz.
Yeah, no, they're the exact same as drinking like
Not
beer.
You're not.
a Bud or a Molson or
Yeah.
a Coors Banquet or something.
Or a
they're 5%.
6 o'clocker lager.
Yes,
So yeah, no,
but I love this drink. I would prefer this over a White Claw.
How many of you had already today?
Right?
Hey,
I would
I'm
prefer.
boring. I'm having green tea. As
I'm preferring it over like I would have it most other times. I just think on the course, I think the White Claw, because this is like sparkling water or something.
That's why.
And that's
maybe
where it's like I
that's why love it.
don't know if I want that on the course while I'm swinging.
I have a question.
enough.
Since we're talking,
I really think about my drinks on the course, Fergie.
clearly, since we're on the subject with the weather changing, Jasmine noted the days are getting shorter. We have, I think, 20 days, including today, of the ranch open. And I know some courses stay open longer. What is the drink of choice as you transition to the cooler weather in the fall from the hot summer days? Because I love a good beer. I would take a finished long
we
drink,
talking
a
on the
white-
course?
On the course. Because now is that time.
Oh.
Like, I've got the golf vest on for my good friends at Bird and Barley, local company. Great stuff. They have a sale going on right now. But, like, what are we drinking on the course when it's not that warm anymore?
Water.
Water.
I'm a bad enough golfer that without
You
alcohol.
just don't drink.
What? What?
Or like on the course.
What do you mean I don't drink?
Well, he'll
I didn't
have a
get
red
these- I
wine.
didn't get these cheeks from cold weather, man.
On the course.
Yes.
That's
On
what
the
you
course. You're drinking water and on a cold day.
You bet.
Baileys and coffee.
Baileys and coffee.
You're going
That's a
with
good
you're
one.
going with Baileys and coffee because you just want to stay a little warm. So you have that as one drink.
Yeah.
And then you have anything else as the other drink.
Have you tried an espresso martini yet? I've been on your case.
No, actually I haven't.
You have to try it.
Well, I haven't been anywhere that
On
I
the
could
golf
order
course?
yet. No, she's just saying in general.
I'm
Yeah, I
teasing
wish.
you.
That would be something. The beer cart girl come. Do you have an espresso martini by a
That'll be
chance?
7 minutes and $40.
Exactly.
All right.
She's got to drive back, and then she comes, and then I'm going to be upset that it's not in a martini glass.
Yeah, exactly.
You know which drink I always grab from Sobeys beer is that Shift coffee brew from Calgary. I
Oh.
keep grabbing it.
It has alcohol?
It's like you guys haven't. They did it one day, and then I went and got it. Now every time I go grab some alcohol, I always grab it because it's almost gone. It comes in 4 cans, and it's like a cold brew, and you basically just shake it up, and it tastes wonderful. But I can only do one because I really.
But is that on the golf course?
Yeah, is that on the golf?
Yeah, you could do it because it's a cold brew.
Okay, what would you take on the golf course? At this
Coffees
time
and
of-
Bailey's a good call. Like, I'd still plow through a beer or two. I can't, like, on a hot day, you're sweating and everything. You can crush a bunch. But I would, my uncle liked doing hot buttered rum.
Oh, brilliant.
And it was good, like, especially if it's only like 10 degrees.
I would like to take a moment to shout out to the non-drinkers the nasties that choose not to drink alcohol. Kudos to you guys.
Legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should probably get off this topic.
Why? Everybody
Damn.
ass drinks. Fergie, you got a shout out, by the way. Hello, Mr. Ferguson. It was great to talk to you at Century Casino last night.
Oh, Big Robbie.
That's from the Paris Jewelers inbox.
You weren't at the watch party. I thought I'd see you there on Friday.
I had competing interests for my time. So
like that.
Oh my goodness.
when the princess is in town, she takes priority. 100%.
That's your daughter?
And no.
No.
Your granddaughter?
No. This is my
Your mistress?
my plus one. Anyway,
Your girl?
Stop it. Yeah. plus, I saw you pack of dogs at the Nasty Bash and the Estes. Which, Matthew, you deserve all the credit that comes towards you for that. That was a phenomenal amount of work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, great job opening with the bagpipes.
Yeah.
And unbelievable soup.
I was going to ask.
The acoustics in there for bagpipes was really quite remarkable.
I think that's why they designed it that way, actually, in 1941.
They thought about the bagpipes?
Absolutely.
They're like, we need a good place that plays bagpipes really
Yeah,
well.
but how do the bagpipes sound in here?
In here?
No,
At the Metro, when they built
it's
the
the
Metro.
Metro, yeah.
Their number one priority was the bagpipe
Bagpipes.
acoustics.
Yeah.
Are you serious, or is it?
No, I'm being
okay.
completely facetious.
Well, Matt, this seems so
color-
convinced. I'm like, wow.
Jasmine.
What color is the sky in your world if you believe that stuff?
I'd love if that actually was true. They did put a little bit of interest in that, but
Bagpipes. We need to test the acoustics in this new
we're going to
theater.
make a call to the Metro later and just question.
Yeah.
Do you have any historians of the place? Because we have a bagpipe-related question for you.
Very
And the
important.
yellow suit, if anybody wants a pair of yellow pants, waist 38, they're available because I'm having the jacket retailored to be a vest.
Aha.
Your jacket?
Yeah. My yellow jacket. It's
Yeah.
going to be a vest. I'll get more wear out of it. I got that thing in Afghanistan in 2011. I've worn it 3 times. So,
Oh, you were supposed to wear it a fourth time this past year, but you chose not to.
at the hockey
As the
game.
goalie coach.
Yeah,
That would
And I
have
think
been
there was a
awesome.
snowstorm, or like, I don't remember
it was
why.
miserable. It was miserable outside.
Fireball.
Yeah, and they were
for cold
miserable
days,
on the
by
ice
way.
for us.
Yeah, we were bad. Fireball for cold days. This text comes in. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Fireball all
your
day,
yellow
any day.
suit was like part of our best dress list. It was I think Dean that day. Me and Dean did the best dress. You definitely made it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's high praise because you're quite the fashion, the clothes horse.
Well, I love that 'cause you and me actually bumped into each other at an event, not a EST event, and you had told me you were going to wear your yellow suit. And when I saw you, I was very impressed, sir.
Well, it was the cummerbund holding in my belly that really dressed it off.
On the show today for the Hangout, we got our first keyword to hand out for the EST Flyaway to LA, presented by 780. As we would like to send you to LA from now until November 28th. We're qualifying 4 times daily, Monday through Friday, as well as once on the weekends on Hello Hockey. Listen for the keyword. Once you hear the keyword on the Nielsen Show, on the Hangout, EST Afternoons, or during the Reed Wilkins Show, text at 780-218-9999. You'll have about 5 minutes to get that in. We want to send you to LA to go see an NBA game in the new Intuit Dome with the Clippers taking on the Warriors.
Yes.
We want to send you to go see the Rams taking on the Cardinals at SoFi Stadium. We also want to send you to go see Edmonton take on either LA or Anaheim in some hockey. The reason we don't have the exact team yet is the NFL hasn't announced when that Rams-Cardinals game is going to play. It's either going to be the Saturday or the Sunday. When the NFL decides which day that game is going to be, the Oilers play both on the Saturday and the Sunday, so we'll send you to one of those games. Flight, hotel, car rental, all covered by Edmonton Sports Talk and presented by 780. So keep it locked for the keyword. It's our first keyword of the day for the Hangout. Will be coming up around 10 o'clock or so.
I like how, and I noticed this immediately, how we just put Edmonton versus LA or Anaheim because they get mad when you use their name. It's happened before.
Who?
The Edmonton Hockey Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In a promo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I get it. I'm not in the biz.
I've just seen it.
It's why there's a lot of bars around town. And
Okay.
in February, you'll see that they're promoting to get your table for the big game.
Could be.
Yeah.
The big game is happening this
Could be the
weekend
Oil Kings.
in LA,
Yeah.
Anaheim. Yeah, absolutely. It's Edmonton hockey.
Yeah, fill that
Edmonton
bus
Hockey
up.
Club. Let's go. Anyway, great trip, Maddie.
Yeah,
That's
and
gonna be awesome.
yeah, December 26th through December 30th is the trips.
Yeah.
Or is the trip, so.
And that store, I shop there. They have like hot sauces and stuff like that.
780?
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, they have
Great
their
store.
Yeah, they have. I was actually in it. I was at the airport mall one that they were at, and it's one of those where they have vendors from all over. So a lot of local vendors partner with them, go into their stores, but then they also have their own like little apparel stuff and some of the stuff they serve. So
great for gifts, like Oilers. Like they have like custom Oilers stuff with like sayings and whatnot. Really
custom Edmonton hockey stuff.
Edmonton Hockey Club
Yeah.
themed items.
I thought we just went through that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I kind of zoned out. I didn't know what you guys were talking about.
You weren't listening to us? Is that what you're saying?
I also started thinking about Utah and like Utah's concession
The Utah Hockey
prices.
Club?
Yeah.
Oh, we can get into that right away here. 780.com or 5 locations, Southgate, Londonderry, Kingsway, St. Albert, and the Outlet Mall by the airport. I do love their tagline that they also have. This is on their website. This is what they say, so we're not making fun of them. The 780, lame ass, low budget, local shop.
See, now that keeps it real, and I like that.
Yeah.
Self-deprecation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's one of my favorite
It's endearing.
humors. Yeah.
You self-deprecating? Never seen that before.
What are you, guys in grade 11? You're on your phones?
I am responding to the viewers and listeners.
Same.
Oh.
I'm trying my best to keep up. I finally got the text machine.
I helped get her set up on the
I'm
text
not
line.
that clever. I'll just talk to you, Matt.
I guess it's just you and I. Fergie, how are things?
I'm here.
Doing great. Yeah.
I've got my photo too. But
I was
like the
literally looking at
I actually
the
do like that
780
hoodie.
site. I was looking at the 780 site. They have
Tommy
underwear
was
for
on
men.
Tinder. I saw.
I was not on Tinder. I don't have Tinder.
Just kidding.
I was looking at the 780's Instagram. They have, I believe they call it Alberta Prime Beef, their underwear line for men. I like that. Very, very clever.
Cool.
It's like, and I think the boys on the morning show were talking about it. Like, it's very loving, like, giving Edmonton kudos because sometimes, too often, people dump on their own city, which is unfortunate. So it's pumping it up, which is something I like. A great theme,
It is.
if you will.
Well, in St. Albert, the postal code starts with a T8N, and they have a little local flavor magazine that they publish. I think it's monthly, and that's what it's called, T8N.
Perfect.
So I don't know who copied who, but it's a great idea. You promote local.
Well, I think the Broncos have their postal code, or is it, what do they call it? The zip code down in the States on their helmet and on the pants, I think, in their new uniforms.
Are you allowed to say Broncos on this show?
Yeah, because they're not watching.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not everywhere.
You seem rather pensive.
I was just confused by that one.
Me too.
His or mine?
Broncos.
But they
Well, we're not
putting
allowed
the
to
zip
say
code
the
on there?
Edmonton hockey team, so I'm just
Oh, I see.
Okay.
could say
I was with you on that one.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant
Yeah, no,
immediately.
Thanks.
That is, we're not
is
talking about the
Tuesday
contest
after.
at the moment.
Okay.
I could explain it a little more off the air, the rules.
My
behind
Riders
this.
won on the weekend.
They did, and do you know who else won on the weekend?
Not Edmonton.
No. Well, no, not Edmonton, but
No.
the Sacramento Gold Miners did win.
Oh,
Nice.
So you are looking at a 4-time junior CFL fantasy champion right here. Like virtually everything I did was perfect when it came to my team. Outside of playing Justin McKinnon, like every single move I made worked to win. So much so that as the Edmonton Elks were getting smoked at Century Casino, it slowly filtered around Century Casino with the watch party of who I was cheering for my fantasy team, and everyone was cheering for my fantasy team in the end because the game was just out of hand. That when Kenny Lawler got his second touchdown, there were some loud cheers for the fact that I had Kenny Lawler starting. And Dusty told me beforehand, you shouldn't play Kenny Lawler. I went
He had
with
a
him.
monster
2
night.
touchdowns, 25 points.
good for you.
4-time CFL fantasy football champ.
And you had Gino as well, didn't you?
I had Gino.
Yeah, and they were going
I
back
had
and forth a
Winnipeg
bit
D. I had Sergio Castillo. I had Brady Oliveira. So I was actually, like in that game, I just was off to a huge start. Lucas, he put up a good fight. He had a lot of players do a lot of good things the next day. They just didn't score touchdowns. So I held off. I got my victory. Thank you to Kim Dean Carey for finishing that off. And boom, I reclaim my status as the greatest CFL fantasy franchise there is.
Good for you. Why aren't you in the broadcast booth with TSN? Or CTV, as the case may be.
They don't want brilliance on their side.
I want Canadian broadcasters. I don't want Bo Levi Mitchell
No.
when he pulls the pin.
I do.
No. No,
I
I want
think
Canadians.
You know what? Where I differ on that is I don't mind having Americans come up here and still call Canada home in some way.
Well, Giz still lives in the city.
Yeah, but like they don't all live still here. Like Milt Stegall doesn't live in Canada full time. I think he's in the Atlanta area. But I like that the Americans still come up here and spend half their season or half their lives in Canada.
Huh.
That's where I'm okay. But also I want Bo in the booth because I think he's very smart. Like, have you heard him on any of the Grey Cups?
Don't like it.
Is it because he's from Calgary, or is it because he's American? Or is it both?
Well, I'm not going to start picking scabs up. I just prefer Canadians.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Nothing against the U.S. I went to college in Minnesota, Bemidji State, Beavers.
Holla.
Yeah.
Word up.
That's where Joel Otto played hockey in his college.
Joel Otto was a good player for a long time.
Yep.
Did you just say word up?
That's right. Well, to your holla. You went holla, so I went word up to match on you.
Stop it right now.
Okay. Let's hear about Fergie going to Bemidji State with Joel Otto.
No, I didn't go with him.
I know.
He was a couple of years older than I am.
Did you like it down there?
I love Bemidji. Yeah.
Bemidji?
It was great.
Minnesota's very similar to Canada.
Very much so.
Yeah.
They had a little state park there. Drinking age was 21, so that was a bit of a struggle.
That didn't stop you, did it?
No. I used to get invited. The Rangers, so the northeast part of the state is an iron range. And so if you come from that part of the world, like Duluth, Minnesota and stuff, you're a Ranger. And so the Rangers didn't like the frat boys because the frat boys all had money and stuff like that. So the Rangers got together. It was kind of a fraternity, but not. And they bought an old church.
Oh.
And the altar, a bit of a sacrilege, was the bar area. And I used to get invited because I knew how to tap a keg at the age of 18. Product of a misspent youth.
No, you just... That's wisdom.
I just know
It
stuff.
is wisdom.
Yeah, that is wisdom.
Anyway.
So so you live in St. Albert.
Yep.
He runs the rugby club.
Yes. Lovely place.
Yep.
Lovely view, by the way. Love
Yes,
that
it
view.
is. Yeah.
Where else have you lived?
Kamsack, Saskatchewan, Cumberland House, Saskatchewan, Prince Albert, Ottawa,
Prince Albert.
Regina,
Raiders.
North Battleford, Surrey, BC,
Really? Damn.
Langley,
Langley.
White Rock, Nanaimo.
And this is all by choice or by like deployment and such?
Yeah, transfers. Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Kabul, Afghanistan, which was an anus-clenching adventure.
Anus clenching?
That's one way to describe it.
Yeah.
So you are very wise. You've been around the world, basically.
Yep.
And the lower mainland.
Played rugby in New
Yeah.
Zealand. Played rugby in Wales, in Scotland. I actually played rugby in Afghanistan.
Wow.
Yeah. We used to, on Fridays is their holy day, so we would have, not really a day off, you still had to go to work, but we used to go to the ISAF compound, and there'd be Kiwis there, and Americans, and Brits, Italians, and we'd all play it's a game called Silly Buggers, which is just like basically touch rugby, and we'd run around for exercise. And I'm taking a water break one day, and I'm looking at this there was an American Special Forces guy there with a beard and stuff, and I said, "I know you," and he says, "Yeah, I know you too." And I said, "Who'd you play for?" He said, "Chuckanut Bay," which is in Bellingham, Washington, just over the border. Mm-hmm. And he said, "You were with Semiahmoo Old Boys." We'd played against each other, about 20 years earlier.
Wow.
And here we are on the other side of the world. Yeah, rugby's really unique like that.
Does rugby have a lot of concussions?
Surprisingly, no.
Right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I never hear that.
Because
Such
in
a physical
football,
sport.
you're taught if you're going to tackle, you put your head in front of the legs. But you don't do that in rugby because you're not wearing a cage mask, right? So you break your nose.
There's a study from a number of years ago which actually argued that football, NFL, CFL, all that should get rid of helmets to make it safer. Because when you have the helmet on, you believe that you are protected. So you're willing to use your head in certain ways. Whereas once the helmet is off, you're not leading with your head to make a tackle because you don't have that sense of security.
I believe that.
Well,
And that's where they were pulling also a little bit from rugby where it's you're going to be careful because you don't have anything covering your head.
Right. If you go back and you look at, I don't know if you guys remember or not, you're probably too young, the Jack Tatum hit on Darryl Stingley.
Oh, that one.
When Stingley became a quadriplegic.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, anyway, that was...
Because he led with his head?
Yep, that was a nasty hit. But you're right, Matt. If they got rid of helmets, then there wouldn't be this.
Now the NFL has like those goofy looking helmets, although they're
Guardian
safe.
caps.
Guardian cap, yeah.
Well,
And you're allowed
they
to
make
use them in
things
the game,
safer.
right? Yeah.
But it's not like they're still safe fully.
Your
in the
neck
end.
can still like...
Your
there
neck,
could be
but also your
whiplash and
brain
your
is your brain could still slosh around.
Yes.
Yeah. There's
Yes.
nothing that can
Yeah.
ever actually fully protect your brain.
Yeah. Right.
Because it can move around in your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's only so much it will ever be able to accomplish in terms of
Valid.
protecting the head fully. But now, you're never going to remove helmets from football.
No.
You're never going to be able to sell that one. But there was a study done which wondered, could you get away with that? And I actually remember Bill Guerin once, when I was on with it was the Mark Spector show. We had him on. Was he just retiring? Maybe. And he said to take away padding in his shoulder pads, or like in shoulder pads to slow
So
down
it
the game
hurts
of
you to
hockey.
hit, too.
So when you go and hit someone,
Yeah.
you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Now you're so protected that when you go lay and hit on someone, you're not feeling it. So you could go even faster because you don't care.
Yeah.
Whereas if you got rid of a little bit of the protection, you started to feel a little bit as a hockey player. Maybe you would slow the game. You'd slow down a bit when you're coming in for the hit.
Yeah.
So you'd still keep physicality in the game, but it wouldn't be as vicious.
But that could go for the high sticks too with guys. The visors now are essentially, they've been mandated, and there's only a few guys that have the grandfathered in where they don't have to wear a visor. And we talk about how kids don't control their sticks. This has happened for generations with cages, right? Cages have been worn in minor hockey since the 80s, I think, even before that. You don't know how to control your stick, and now like they've got junior A, I think, or junior B, at least in some junior A leagues are putting cages back on. NCAA obviously has full cages, and you don't control your stick. And I agree with that wholeheartedly because you skate with like a kid that's playing minor hockey and the stick's all over, and you got a half visor on. And it's like, keep your stick down. That's one thing you learn. So legitimacy there.
We will never see that. Let's get to Hangout headlines, which is brought to you by the
didn't
Ranch
say the
Golf
secret
and
word.
Country Club.
The word.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
That's gonna be
I
closer.
wanted to say it. That's why.
I think Jasmine
It's
wants
closer to 10
do the
o'clock.
reveal.
Okay.
You don't know the word.
Getting used to this. I know. I thought you were gonna pass it to me.
I don't have it printed today.
Okay.
That's gonna start. I haven't printed today.
All right. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Fergie, Bones is all over you this morning. Do you have a
Bones
thing?
is
Do you have
so
a beef
funny.
with Bones?
No.
Oh, okay.
Bones
I
is a
think-
great guy.
I
Well,
think he's
Bones is a
teasing
great
you.
guy.
Yeah, Bones is always kicking my dish about wearing sweats all the time.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, he was on him.
He started-
Sorry,
I was
know I'm
waiting.
interrupting,
Sorry,
but,
no,
like,
that's sorry.
Bones
It was my
is
fault.
like,
I didn't interrupt you.
quiet.
Yeah.
An old man is talking. And then he said, sounds like a guy who wears out his welcome pretty quick and has to move. So I was like, whoa,
Savage.
Bones.
Quiet old man's talking Simpson
Yeah.
reference. Well done, Bones.
Well played.
No, I wasn't looking at you like as a like. Shut up, Fergie. I have to get to this. I was actually just in.
Well, get to it.
Well, I was just listening to you.
Fergie, shut up.
I was excited about the sponsor.
Hangout headlines brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club, offering premier conditions, top-notch service, unmatched value. How many days did you say, Tommy, about?
Till the 20th. So we have 20, including today.
Okay. 20 days. You have to book your tee time. Go to theranchgolf.com. Fall golf is one of the best golfs that you can have. So get to the ranch in this final little window. Forecast still holding pretty strong, at least for the next week or so.
Thankful.
Mid, like 15, 16, 14, 15, 16.
Tolerable, yeah.
I saw, I think, next Monday, possibly a chance of
Don't
20?
say it. Oh,
No,
really?
20.
Oh, I thought you were going to go the other way. I was like,
Awesome.
no.
No, Monday, a mix of sun and cloud, 20 degrees. Now that's a while away. That's over a week or about a week away, but potentially maybe back to 20 degrees.
Let's go. The
Those
shorts will
leaves-
come back.
And the leaves changing color. They're just so gorgeous.
I'm wearing shorts tomorrow on the course.
Let's go.
Where are you golfing?
Callahoo. I go to Callahoo every Wednesday afternoon.
Excellent.
Let's start with the Canadian Football League. We were there.
Let's go.
We're not going to talk about Bo and him in the booth, but
Letters.
CFL West, it changed big time this past weekend. Winnipeg Blue Bombers, they're the best. It's clear they've got the division. The West going through Winnipeg yet again.
Wait, can I ask you a quick question? So Friday, did the Elks just really suck, or were the Bombers just really
I
good?
think it was both.
Because that was a brutal game to watch.
They got Both.
I'm just sorry, as
It's
a person
both.
that went to the watch party to cheer on you guys and your love of CFL and trying to get into it, I was like, what the hell? I'm trying to like the Elks. This is sad.
Well,
Yeah.
interesting season.
So that's why I ask you.
It's both. That was a game you have to give major props.
Yeah.
You have to give major props to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and be like, they're just a good football team again.
Yes.
They know what, like, Zach Klaus threw 6 touchdowns. But also the Elks played a very poor football game. The first 4 possessions of Winnipeg was touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown, or was it touchdown, touchdown, field goal, touchdown? Whatever, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. The defense couldn't make a single stop.
No.
The offense couldn't get anything going now early. Can't blame that all on MBT. You know, he had a receiver, I can't remember who it was, had a drop.
was
Justin
that fumble
Rankin doesn't catch the ball.
yeah.
That is a lateral. That ends up going in the end zone. You're
That
not
was
blaming.
a terrible play.
So
That was awful.
it was both.
Okay.
It was both. But now they're 5 points back as Saskatchewan. But the good news is the Hamilton Tiger Cats, they beat the BC Lions. So the Elks are actually only 4 points back of BC for a playoff spot. And they have the tiebreaker against the BC Lions. You've got Elks Riders this Saturday. Crucial game. And what's really big for the Elks is the playoffs isn't over. What's that pouty face for?
I can't go to the tailgate. I can't go to the game.
Chili cook-off tailgate, too. We'll get to that a little
Yes.
bit.
The AGM at the rugby club is on Saturday, and then the club banquet is Saturday night. And I'm still tied to that place until
Aren't you
Sunday.
done? On Sunday, that's when
Oh,
it
you're
is.
retiring?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll still volunteer there, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to be on the board.
He's leaving the board.
Okay.
So I can't go to the game. But
He's making chili.
my sister,
Glorious reign.
my sister
Fergie's
doesn't know
gone.
it, but I'm going to roll down to Regina next week, and I'm going to go to, I think it's BC playing in Regina next week.
Well, that's the big game that's coming up, too, because, like, from an Elks perspective, I'm going to take this in Edmonton way, and take it away from Saskatchewan. But if Edmonton goes beat Saskatchewan this weekend, they're 3 back of Saskatchewan. They stay at least 4 back of BC, or, like, that's the most.
Yeah.
But then you still got the Saskatchewan-BC game. Somebody's going to lose that football game, likely. It's rare. Like, it's the chance of another tie in this Canadian Football League is going to be pretty low. So right there...
2 this
Two.
week? Yeah.
But right there, so either if the Elks can go take care of business this week and next week, it's Saskatchewan, it's Calgary.
Yeah.
If let's say BC loses next week, they win this week. You're only 2 points back. BC has, I think, Montreal. Edmonton has Toronto for their last games of the season.
And Toronto just beat Montreal.
No, BC doesn't have Montreal, do they?
Edmonton has Toronto at the end of the season.
Who does BC have?
I just had it on here.
BC is Montreal, yes.
Yeah.
And they're still, like, because of their losses, they're still trying to win the East. So there is the path there for Edmonton to get there. Or, like, the other flip side, if BC beats Saskatchewan and Edmonton has beaten Saskatchewan, they sit a point back of the Saskatchewan Roughriders for a playoff spot. And now Saskatchewan will have Calgary. So,
Well,
that's not.
they destroyed Calgary last time we played them.
But maybe Calgary has that little oomph of we're going to hurt our division rival in this. So the playoffs isn't completely done for Edmonton. It's tough. They need a lot of help.
Yeah.
They need a lot of help.
Fergie's grimace prior to discussing this because I don't like their chances. So I'll also grimace.
Anything's possible in the crazy football league.
Isn't it?
Yep,
Okay.
it is. That's what has always drawn me to that league. It's just it's a hoot.
How comfortable are you right now with the Riders? Because they look pretty good now.
They're so Jekyll and Hyde, in their secondary, and sometimes they're picking off passes left, right, and center. You can't throw against them, and then and their linebacking core, stands up, and their D line. And then other times they go full Elks, or they're porous and whatever. It's any given day.
Yeah. A lot of teams you could say are Jekyll and Hyde this year.
Yeah, exactly.
BC,
Yeah.
Montreal, all of a sudden.
Take Winnipeg out of the
Ottawa.
picture.
Yeah.
And take Calgary out of the picture. Who are any of the other teams?
Great question.
I think every other single team you can make a case that, well, they could be as good as we've seen them to be, but also they're not as good as because we've seen them play very poor, very Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the Montreal Alouettes go to Toronto. Toronto goes and wins that football game. Winnipeg is by far the best team again in the Canadian Football League. Who's the second best team right now in the Canadian Football League?
Montreal.
You're that confident in that one?
Yep.
They have not been playing well. Like, here's their run of this last few games of Montreal that I could recall off the top of my head. They beat Saskatchewan because Lawther can't make a field goal in that game, although this weekend he makes 7 of them. They play Edmonton, hold on to a barely win. If BD makes a kick, that game's much different. They lose to BC at home. They go and I think they beat Ottawa in there. And then they go lose to Toronto. Like, they're not on a good stretch right now.
No, but I think they have the potential. But another thing I like about the league is you can have a third place finisher win the Grey Cup.
Well, last year is the prime example of Montreal. Like, in that sense that, like, we had it as Toronto, Winnipeg, and BC were the best teams. There was Montreal by themselves and then everyone else. And Montreal came into the playoffs. They got hot at the right time. And they rattled off victories and they won the Grey Cup.
Well, they have 9 straight wins?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I think Sankey predicted last year, like, a bunch of straight wins. This year, he's like last weekend or something, he's like, I'm not predicting that right now for this team.
Because it's Jekyll and Hyde.
Yep.
It's all over the place.
And that kid, that the backup that Montreal's got at quarterback, I can't remember his name.
Davis Alexander.
Yeah. He's Trey Ford-esque. He's got physical attributes and, the mobility. And you and I have talked about this before, the requirement to have a mobile quarterback in this league. So, still awake, Tom?
I'm here.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
I'll be intrigued to see who.
Those jeans look great, by the way.
I'll be intrigued to see who Jarius Jackson goes with as QB. Like, afterwards on Friday night, he came and said MBT's still their quarterback. I don't know how you. I don't know how you can go with MBT the rest of the season.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, when Chris Jones was the head coach, and Jackson was the OC and doing the play calls and stuff like that, I was never pleased with the play calls out of Jackson. When when it's 2nd and 8 and you're throwing a 4-yard pass, like, what is that? Come on.
It's insufficient.
Yes. So then I was really hoping for bigger things out of Jackson as the head coach, but maybe he's lacking confidence in his own abilities.
Well, there's a guy right now that's trying to figure out how does he keep his job. How does he go from interim head coach to head coach of the Edmonton Elks? And maybe that's wearing on him a little too much where he's not making the right decisions. He's maybe going to MBT this week because he thinks
safe play.
The safe pay, the veteran's going to help me win football games.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go win 2 or 3 more football games. We're going to be a 7-8 win club, miss the playoffs. But look at what I did. Hire me. But I'll go with Trey next year or something like that.
Trey ain't going to be here next year if he doesn't play.
And here's the interesting, the boys were talking about on the morning show, it was Farhan's report where the president's incoming soon, apparently. They're negotiating with Trey or discussions.
Discussions have happened between Trey's camp and the Elks.
And that could mean good or bad.
Like, there's also discussions with Jarius and G-Roy for extensions.
And, great update from Farhan and good intel, but don't you think the logical process would be president finds a GM and head coach and GM figure out how do you keep Trey, who's your quarterback of the future? Like, that to me would be the process, unless that's how it's going and the dominoes are falling and it's just like this blurb of information on all of it.
Most times I'd agree. That the process is go hire president, they go hire GM, they go hire a coach, they figure out their team afterwards.
Sure.
But Trey's a free agent at the end of this year. And if I was Larry Thompson, I'd be going, I think this team could win with Trey. I know business. We could sell Trey.
They can.
We need Trey as the starting quarterback of this team. And you're locking in. When you're looking for the president, you're going, do you want Trey as your starting quarterback?
And that's what Murray McCourt was saying last week.
If that president's saying no, you go find the next person.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the qualifier of you are now hiring a bunch of people that do they agree Trey should be with this team?
Right.
Because it is I hate that largely because I don't think you should make football decisions based off business. You should be worried about winning football games and that's it. At business, should worry about business and they shouldn't really intertwine. But with where the Elks are and with needing to sell tickets and really ignite the fan base again, and we've seen that Trey does it, and that you could potentially go win football games. I'm not going to say it's a guarantee the Elks are going to win a Grey Cup with Trey Ford if they sign him to a 3-year extension. He's still not a fully proven quarterback to be that. But also there are flashes that say this guy could be the long-term quarterback of this team for a long time, winning Grey Cups.
Yeah.
And then you'll see how excited the fan base gets. Like, they should have done it this year. I would like to see it this upcoming year. You have that press conference where you announce a 3-year extension. Trey Ford, signing the contract, holding up his jersey. And you go sell Trey Ford number 2 jerseys all offseason. You will sell some of those.
You will.
That's where they need to go about it.
Buy one.
I would if they were winning.
Yeah.
I don't have Elks. I have Eskimo stuff. I want an Elks jersey or something, but you got to win. I'm not buying it otherwise.
You got to speak close to the mic.
Sorry, this was a segment where I took a break.
That's fine, but when you're gonna talk, you gotta bring it.
A vertical nap.
I was looking at MLB stuff, but yeah, I would buy it if they were winning.
If they were better?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot coming up. The Edmonton Elks, they practice 11:35 to 1:20 today. So we'll keep an eye on the socials and stuff. We'll find out today who QB1 is going into this game against the Saskatchewan Roughriders, which will take place Saturday, 5 o'clock. Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, 4 o'clock. Myself, Jay Milne, will be there for the Green and Gold kickoff show. We'll also be there for the post-game show. You could come down, watch the game for anyone who's at the watch party. And if they hadn't been to Century Casino, you know how great the TVs are now, of how great of a setup it was. You know firsthand how great watching sports is at Century Casino.
I was there last night.
That jalapeno smoky, though.
The cheese and jalapeno smoky?
Oh,
Did you have it?
You had it too?
Hell yeah, with the waffle fries. They were crunchy. It was delicious.
That's the game day special. You can only get that during Elks games, an hour before to an hour
Is that
after
what it
games.
was? Yeah, because when the server told me, I was like, hell yeah, I want that.
And queso cheese too.
Yeah, yes.
It was fantastic.
Top of the line
I was
stuff.
sweating.
They're
Sticky
delicious.
Rice was laughing at me.
Oh, Dusty looked at you.
I
He's
was
like,
sweating. Yeah.
Dusty looked at you as you were getting there. He's like, a hot dog? And I was like, yes, Dusty, it's the game day special.
Game day
What's the game day special here?
The jalapeno?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so funny.
I'm sweating right now thinking about it.
Okay.
It was very good.
I didn't have the greatest day on the ponies, I will say that. And also no Sandy. That is now 4 times we've gone there, and Sandy has not been there. So Jay and I believe he just took the money and ran.
Wow.
Jay gave him $40 over 2 weeks to bet. Never won, and now he never wants to see Jay again because he didn't bet those $40. He just kept it. He kept it for himself.
Oh, that's a tout move.
I don't trust Sandy now.
Do you know
I'm very
Sandy?
disappointed.
Have you crossed paths with Sandy when you've been there?
No.
Okay.
Very disappointed. And
I would
he
be
is
too.
real. This isn't like a figment of Jay and I's imagination.
I wasn't
going there.
Because we've brought him on the show. And now he's run. If you can't get down to Century Casino because you're going to the game, also a reminder, head out to the tailgate. Tailgate's open 3 hours before the game, and this weekend presented by our wonderful friends, the Elks Herd and the Turf District. It is the 2nd annual Tailgate Chili Cook-Off. We, as Edmonton Sports Talk, are also presenting sponsor of this. Also, you need a barbecue. So go on down and go try out a bunch of chili. And I sent out an email to see if anyone from EST wants to make chili. If not,
Who replied? Jay?
well, I sent it late last night.
I know.
So I haven't got a response yet.
You know my answer.
So if no one else, I'll make chili. I'll do it on Thursday
You don't
night or
cook.
something.
No.
Have you never heard him and his cooking?
Guess what I was doing this morning at 6:15?
You were
Making
cooking.
a gourmet breakfast.
I was browning
Having a bath.
oxtails.
How do you make oxtails? I
Nice.
tried it once. It failed miserably.
Well, you got to brown them, and then set them aside, and then you put in some red wine to reduce the glaze in the pan.
Did some of that.
In goes the holy trinity, so the onions, the celery, and carrots. Cook those up. Put everybody into the pot with a little bit of whatever your seasonings are, and it's in the oven right now at 240.
Nice slow cook.
All day, yep. And later tonight, I'll get home and I'll throw some spuds in there, and Bob's your uncle.
I tried it once and I failed miserably.
And that's why Milt Stiegel probably lives in Atlanta, because you can get good oxtail down there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't know
So
that.
Brian, the guy that owns Prime Cut Meats in Vegreville, I used to be there when I had friends over there.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "How come your oxtails are so expensive?" He says, "The ox has only got one."
Legit.
But they used to be it used to be poor people's food, but now it's kind of like a richer, believe it or not, short ribs.
Really?
Yeah, it's outstanding. I've never cooked it before, so this is This is a...
You've never cooked oxtail before?
No, but I've cooked short ribs before.
Okay, so this is first time though for you
Yeah.
for oxtail.
Yeah.
Okay, well let me know how it goes.
Sure.
I'm intrigued.
Sure.
Because
Well,
the
I'm
one
not-
time I did it, I
I'm not gonna
don't
bring
think it tastes that
I'm
great.
not going to bring it in anymore because a couple weeks ago I made my famous ham chili, and the recipe's never the same. And I brought some in for Atif, and I'm not sure if he even got it.
Yeah, no, I think it went in the fridge. I took a time off. I didn't know how Atif was going to get it.
Oh.
Was he coming here? I don't know if there was like
I had messaged him, and I thought Francis might come up and get it because I forgot you guys don't have a lift in this building.
Yeah. It's a obscure industrial building from like the 60s and 70s.
But it's functional.
It is functional.
I
Most of the
love
time.
what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was mostly Matthew.
To Lars, why? Who's Sandy? Sandy was a gentleman that Jay and I befriended at Century Casino. He was there betting on the horses most weeks. But he was also, we got into discussions about the Edmonton Elks at the time. And when they won their first game, when they lost to Hamilton, but Trey Ford came in. Mm-hmm. And I think it was that game, or was it the week after against Saskatchewan? I can't remember. After one of them, he wanted to bet the Elks to win the Grey Cup. And he went on his app, but the lines were off, so he couldn't do it. And then in back-to-back weeks, Jay gave him $20 to go bet on the horses, and Jay's like, we'll split the winnings. Go in, and we'll split the winnings. And the second time, immediately Jay saw Sandy go get a beer, so he's like, that's not a good sign. And we've yet to see Sandy since. He wasn't there on Labor Day Monday, the rematch. He wasn't there for either of the Winnipeg games. So now, I'm not even going with worried about Sandy. I'm disappointed in Sandy.
Is a question for you. Is there like a coach or an advisor over at the betting side for the dogs and the ponies and stuff like that to help you decipher
No,
how things are? Because back in the day,
I don't believe so.
when I was a little baby cop, I used to work at the Hastings Park track in Vancouver for the thoroughbreds, and I worked in the wintertime at Cloverdale Raceway, which is now called Fraser Downs. But everybody, you got a program when you went in there, so you could see the history of the horses, the most recent times, at the quarter pole, at the half, at the 3/4, and all this sort of stuff, and it really broke things down and made it easier for the uninformed to figure out how to make wagers. But I'm reluctant to put any money down because I don't know
I'll say
my
this.
fanny from page 4.
If you ever come to another Elks post-game show,
Yep.
I will teach you.
You'll walk me. Oh,
I will walk you
bonus.
through the simple stuff, because horse betting is actually really simple, the easy stuff. It's win, place, shows all you need to know. If you place a win bet,
I know how-
you're betting on a horse to win.
I know.
Places
I know how
show
that
a
goes.
second. Oh, then you know how to bet.
No, but I just can't read the history of the horses.
Oh, I have no idea. I can't help you on that one. I thought it was the other part.
No,
you
I
need
wouldn't
help with.
mind. I wouldn't mind.
I go up to the machine. This is how I do it. I just click a race. I have races like tracks I like. Del Mar's not racing until October 31st.
Oh,
Del Mar's my
shoot.
favorite place. But then I look at the odds for the upcoming race. I don't like betting on the absolute favorites, and I don't bet on long shots. And I just pick in between. I just randomly pick. Just go boom, 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 boom. Go
I'll
for
take
it.
you up on that because I've got money my ex-wives don't know I've got.
Don't ask Dusty about the roulette, by the way. I don't know if he talked about it on the
There's
show.
a conspiracy about like
I
it
heard
being
about it.
fixed.
Is that what he went with?
I think that's what somebody hinted at in the text line or the inbox or nasty chat, pardon me. And
AGLC has inspectors
yeah.
that scrutinize all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Every facet of the gambling scenario, certainly in this province.
For those that don't know, a bunch of us went to the roulette table after. Jay was having a night in a good way.
Good.
Like,
He made some money.
yeah, he knows what he's doing. He hit
He's a
the
hawk
zeros
over there.
multiple times.
Wow.
He was having a good night. But Dusty all night was playing 27, and he was doing it a lot.
Yeah.
And then the one bet he chose not to. For whatever reason he didn't. It hit.
Oh my god.
It hit, and Dusty was and he had legit been betting it like every single hand or like I don't know spin prior, and then the one time he just for whatever reason didn't put anything on 27. That's when 27 hit on the roulette wheel. So he was pretty crushed, and then some other guy was winning like thousands of dollars while we were there, and I do like roulette.
That's awesome.
It was a fun night. It was a fun watch party,
It was fun. I had a lot of fun.
even though the Elks blew it.
We made the most of it. You're right. It was a lot of fun. Like a lot of tables showed up, a lot of nasties. It was really good.
Sparky, good job on winning the chicken wing eating contest.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Congrats to Zach to come.
He held up pretty
Yeah.
good.
He came second.
Yeah.
He came second. I'm very impressed.
Beat Big Uke and T-Roy, and T-Roy and Big Uke were using like the strategy where you like basically rip the meat off the bone, you push down on it, and then you just shove the meat in your mouth, and then that's how you. But Zacticum was crushing them.
So it was not necessarily volume consumed, but it was a timed.
It was who could
Timed.
finish their plate first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Without eating the chips. There was chips there, and we didn't.
I had
eat
some
the
chips. They're very good, and that little dill sauce that they have. Very.
It was
nice.
cool to see, though. I felt like it was like the movies.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I think it lasted like a minute and a half.
Yeah, and Jay ordered it at the
savages.
perfect time. They sat there. They cooled down to a good temperature. Big Uke saying farce. Wing travesty at Century.
Wing
You weren't
travesty.
even. Where's the farce, Big Uke?
Big Uke, you were a non-factor in that matchup.
I didn't want to go that far, but you're not wrong.
Thank you.
I snapped a little bit at Big
Did you?
Uke, yeah.
Why?
Because I was talking about Association City. We were talking about the Knicks trade, actually. I think it was with Hernan. I think it was Hernan. And then he goes, yay, basketball.
Oh.
And then the next thing you know, I also snapped at you, Two Socks. Because then he's like, first, Big Brother, now basketball. And I'm like, both of you get 6-6. I'm allowed to talk about Big Brother and basketball and NBA right now, right?
I am so thankful I was not next to you and Penner's Pancakes while you guys were having your Big Brother chat.
Spoiler alert.
Because then nothing got spoiled.
Yeah,
I'm fully caught up.
We'll talk about
We'll
that.
talk when we're later, so Fergie can just storm out.
Fergie loves Big Brother, by the way.
Shut up.
Don't even. We don't. No.
I don't want him to leave early. So we won't go
Well,
too far.
Let me qualify this. I shouldn't say I hate it. I've never watched an episode. I don't have time for shit.
It's fine. It's fine.
For stuff like that. Beg
all
your pardon. Whoops.
Holy J-Mo.
But may I ask one thing, if that's okay?
I just
wanted.
have a choice.
I just wanted Maddie's 2 cents on the Knicks trade.
Oh, that's sports. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's talk.
He thought you were going Big Brother.
I want to talk a little bit NBA because it was NBA Media Day yesterday. If you guys haven't seen,
Was it Media Day?
It was. Are you joking?
I didn't know it was
Oh,
Media
okay.
Day.
Did you not see Jimmy Bucket's haircut?
No.
That's what you want to call it. That? What the hell are you?
Because there was a
thinking?
bet on Jimmy on his hairstyles.
Oh my God! Just Google it. He basically shaved his entire head.
Didn't he have like the front swoop?
Yeah,
last
like
year?
that emo haircut.
I thought that was hilarious.
This time he shaved his entire head and like.
Are you sure he shaved his entire head?
I think so because it's.
Was it
bald
this
head.
picture that you're looking at?
It was worse than that.
Okay, because 6 days ago there was what will Jimmy Butler hairstyle be for the 2024 Miami Heat Media Day, and bald was plus 265, dyed hair was plus 550, afro was 550, buzz cut was plus 900. I didn't know if he's actually the media day
show
happened.
Fergie when he did the thing last year with the emo cut.
Let me
I thought
just
that was
first see if
hilarious.
Jimmy
Hold on, Maddie.
Butler.
Frankly, if you look like an athlete, you'll play like an athlete.
Well, the
it
haircut
that?
he had last year didn't look like an athlete.
I think that's a fake.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, that's a fake account. That's a parody account.
Thank God if it
'Cause-
is. It
So-
was trending. He was. I was like, why is he?
So
trending?
I just
Him
found
last
this
year,
from
Fergie.
I found this from ESPN.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler arrives to Miami Heat Media Day sans hair prank, so he didn't do anything.
Oh, really?
so
I know he
Yeah, it was normal hair.
Hey, I love Jimmy Buckets, man. Especially with the documentary coming out. Like, I was rattled when I saw that. So, no wonder he was trending. I think he was actually late to Media Day.
I'm glad that Trevor Lawrence keeps getting his fanny handed to him. You know, him in that cheesy headband and the hair and all. Like,
It's very 80s.
get your hair cut and look like an athlete. You know, play better.
Like Johnny Unitas.
Yeah.
That long hair.
Y.A. Tittle.
Old school.
Yeah.
Old school.
Wilkie, Ron Lancaster.
Oh
you know.
my-
Yeah. Classic.
right.
Side
Damon
swoop.
Allen.
You just want normal hairstyles.
Yeah, I'm just a conservative kind of dude. Little Rain.
Who had...
Oh, he looks great. I'm so relieved right now. I'm sorry.
Because Jimmy Butler's normal this year?
Yeah, he's just normal cornrows. He looks fabulous.
Okay, I'm not gonna go into my thoughts on the trade for the Knicks
Why?
because I don't really know. I will
Clausen.
go to Josh Clausen.
Yeah.
Because I immediately messaged him.
Okay.
Started with shit. I don't know how I feel about that. Randall, meh, let him go, but I love the big Ragu. Not sure how well Cat would fit in with the group, but they wouldn't do this without the Nova Mafia signing off. What they really need to figure out is a way to bring back iHeart.
Thank you, Josh.
That's
Yeah,
Clausen's
thank
thing. That was his thing. So he's not big on Randall. He's big on the other one. He also sent me for the new indoor golf. 99 days away from the indoor golf league that's happening with teams.
Oh, they're finally doing that?
In January or something
Okay.
like that. So, but the weird part is they're representing cities. So there's Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, the Bay, New York, and Los Angeles, but they're all playing in like Florida. I hate when things do that, when leagues do that.
Jupiter should be a good team. They all live there.
I got nothing.
Golf.
Will you watch the indoor golf league?
No.
It's like the PGA guys and the live
I watch
guys.
PBS. I learn stuff.
Frontline's pretty
Ken
good.
Burns.
Like how to make oxtails too.
America's Test Kitchen.
Yeah.
It's on PBS.
Yeah.
Do you watch that show?
No.
Oh, I'm just saying that's a good cooking show.
Is it?
Yeah.
I love cooking shows.
America's Test Kitchen.
I've never heard of
enjoyed
it.
that one.
I need a new one.
It's only on like Saturdays or something.
Okay.
Also, Keeping Up Appearances on PBS. For those that know what Keeping Up Appearances is.
No clue.
It is a
yeah.
British comedy. Mrs. Buckets.
Miss Bouquet.
Mrs. Bucket.
Fergie.
He knows.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Fergie in the nasty chat. Fergie sounding like Mr. Burns coaching his baseball team. Mattingly, I thought I told you to shave those sideburns.
Bone says there's a haircut you can set your watch to from the same episode.
Yeah.
That's two Simpsons references
And
from Bones. Well done, Bones. In
And
the
then-
same episode.
That was
Once
surprised.
again,
Or like, same show.
Simpsons, I've never seen an episode.
What?
Nope.
You've never seen
That's
So
impossible.
Conan
I've got-
O'Brien's gonna be on
I've
the
got-
next
That was
one.
this past weekend.
Oh, did you watch it?
No.
Stuff going on in my life. I was out of the house.
recorded.
I was at the rugby pitch. I was at wherever. I had
He's
three
been on for
boys.
Busy
35
guy.
years.
There was apparently a lot of buzz for this weekend's series or season premiere because it was a series finale.
Is it
apparently.
ending?
No. But people are like, and I haven't read fully into it and I haven't watched it. But for their season premiere that happened on the weekend, it ended up looking like it was a series finale.
Why? Weird.
I don't know. So like they're getting a lot of buzz for the way that they started off season. I think 36 this is for the Simpsons.
It lost
That's
me
awesome.
like 20 years ago.
Yeah, because obviously the humor changed.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
like the OG
height
Simpsons.
the
Yeah.
height Simpsons hit, you're just never going to stay at that height.
No,
Yeah.
that was one
It's
of
the same as I always will stand by. Godfather 3 was a fine movie. But when you compare it to 1 or 2, it's crap.
Yeah, I agree.
Haven't seen
Because you're matching
know
up
you
1
have.
and
It's weird.
2
It's Italian.
and they're just so brilliant.
When I was stationed in Nanaimo, my old boss used to refer to me as Sideshow Bob. And I never knew who the hell Sideshow Bob was.
Why were
by
you
Kelsey
referred to
Grammer.
as Sideshow Bob?
What?
Why were you getting referred to
Yeah,
as
I don't
Sideshow
know.
hair.
I have no frame of
Sideshow
reference.
Bob is a criminal
Oh,
with massive like long hair, like
Yeah.
dreads and stuff almost. I'm very intrigued. Were you a bad boy there, Fergie?
a checkered past.
That would be Sideshow Bob.
I got called Sideshow Bob. That's because of my feet.
No.
He has small feet.
I have big feet.
Oh. Sideshow Bob
Yeah,
had
wait.
oddly small
you
feet.
No, yeah, he had long feet. Yeah, no, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to remember. Because Krusty the Clown had small feet. And that was the difference when he ended up being, okay.
Right. When he
So maybe
framed
it's 'cause of-
Krusty.
So how big are your feet?
Yeah, it's 'cause of your feet.
How big are your feet?
You have big feet?
I'm a solid 8. 8.5.
Okay. We're looking at Jasmine's feet if you're listening.
I shouldn't have pointed. Don't look
They're
at me.
not on the screen.
No.
This is the EST
Not
Hangout.
yet.
Matt Iwanyk, Fergie's Prostate, Jasmine, Tom Gazzola with you here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, live on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tune in, iHeartRadio, as well as for those watching on YouTube. I'm not bringing up the podcasters right now fully because this isn't going to be helpful to you because you could skip ahead a little
the
bit.
live component that you need to be
This is the
dialed in
live
for.
component. This is where, unfortunately, to the podcasters, you get no benefit from this.
Are you going to let Jasmine do this part?
Well, she doesn't know the word.
Well, I know, but
I don't know how she. Well, I guess there's a way I could get her to see the word. There's the word if you can go read
See
it.
it?
Do not say it yet.
Oh, okay.
It's our chance for
Don't
the
say it.
EST Flyaway to LA, proudly presented by the 780 homegrown local shop right here in Edmonton. Lame ass, low budget local shop online, 780.com or in store Londonderry. Outlet Mall by the airport, Southgate, St. Albert, or in Kingsway. This is your chance to qualify for the trip December 26th through December 30th. We want to send you to LA to go see an NBA game with the Clippers taking on the Warriors at the new Intuit Dome. Send you to go see the Rams taking on the Cardinals at SoFi Stadium, as well as go watch a hockey game as Edmonton will take on either LA or Anaheim in one of, depending on when that NFL game's. Flight, hotel, car rental, all included from us here at Edmonton Sports Talk. And 780.
The 780.
The 780. 780.com. If you go to the website, you spell out 7, SEVEN 80, though, digits 80.com. SEVEN 80.com to check them out online. Get your phones out. Get ready to text the 780-218-9999. Your keyword for today on the Hangout is
Airplane.
Say it again.
The keyword is airplane.
Airplane. AIRPLANE. Text that right now to the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. You have about 5 minutes to get your text entry in. YouTube Trev will qualify someone momentarily. In 5 minutes, he'll come in, and we will attempt this. I will attempt to talk to you on the air. No one else can hear you. Well, they could talk to you, but they won't be able to hear you.
We did this with the flyaway to Vegas.
Yeah, but we haven't done it with the board switch and stuff,
board?
so we'll see how this works. And I didn't fully test it yet, so we'll see how this goes.
I'm not entering.
Why not?
No. It's a waste of my time.
To send a text is a waste of your time?
Yeah.
It's on the show right
because
now.
no, I won't win.
You can't win.
No, I can't win. It's with my luck. If I won a half a woman, I'd win the half that eats. That's so why bother
You're
entering?
the best.
EST Flyaway. We're qualifying until November 28th. November 29th on the morning show, we'll give this bad boy away. So 2 things just as a reminder. You got to answer your phone to qualify. So if you're texting in, keep your phone on. And then also November 29th, if you get through and you are one of our qualifiers, keep your phone on November 29th. As sometime during the morning show that day, we'll give this bad boy away to LA. Again, December 26th to December 30th. If you want to send you to LA to go see basketball, go watch some football, as well as go watch hockey.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Text flying in?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. I'll just let Trev know that
It's an onslaught.
in about 5 minutes.
See? What's that word again, Jasmine?
Airplane.
It's right in the middle of my birthday, too.
Perfect.
December 28th.
Then text in.
Why are you texting in, Fergie?
No, I just explained to him.
Oh, my
Maddie, I'm
goodness.
not allowed, right?
Are you an employee?
You're an employee, so you're not allowed.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, once you're getting employed by EST, no.
I'm working for the Finnish long drink. That's all.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's-
EST money and go myself.
CJ in LA. Oh, yeah, you did that with the Game 7.
Yeah.
CJ in LA dropped me a line yesterday. She said if she was in LA, she would host the EST crew, but she will not be there. She'll be here, I believe.
The rooftop friend, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the
CJ
EST's not going.
We're not going.
Like we're
This
not
is
going.
a
This is
listener
we're
winner.
sending someone.
Yeah,
We've paid for this. I've booked flights, I'm booking tickets and stuff. We've paid for this.
Yeah.
We're doing this to send someone else. We're not going.
No.
Not until the Olympics
We're
in
sending
2020.
someone
That's
else.
right. CJ, we're all going to crash at your place in LA for the Olympics.
Legit. Bring it
Again,
in.
more good work by Matthew Iwanyk. Well done, sir.
This trip?
Yeah.
Thank you. So
Round of clicks.
Yeah, I know. That's really sick. Like, hands down sick.
Great trip.
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot to. I was trying to find a good trip, and I was looking at schedules, and there wasn't a lot. And then this one kind of just
A lot of
jumped
moving
out.
parts in your life, isn't there?
Yeah.
He's a busy boy.
I know.
Yeah. Next up is Nasty Clip. That's my to-do list.
So
for
who
today.
vacuums? Just so I know.
Zach actually does a good job of
Quite good
vacuuming.
at it.
We need to do a better job of cleaning up around here. But Dusty was in this weekend,
I went
yesterday,
and looked
doing a
in the
little bit of
back
cleaning.
room. It looks
Speaking
great.
of Dusty, that table could use a little bit
Yeah.
of work, right?
Yeah, it's
snap.
not looking good here.
I must
But-
say, as a clean freak, you guys do a fairly good job of keeping it neat. I was a little worried at first. Just don't touch the women's bathroom and we're good. Because Gager was complaining, I think, on Friday's show.
What's he doing in the women's bathroom?
Well, the men's bathroom. So, if you want the insight,
We don't have to talk about it.
our place gets cleaned like once a month.
I know.
Oh, really?
So it's like things get a little dirty, and Gager I think was upset last week, so he went and cleaned a little bit.
Oh, I've done that too, and we know who the perpetrators are.
The slobs?
Yeah,
I won't lie, there have been a couple occasions where I've needed to use the other washroom.
yeah,
Not gonna lie.
yeah.
No, wait a minute.
We only have 2 washrooms here.
You're not going to lie. So you and YouTube Trev, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
You qualify a lot of statements. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
How much lying do you normally do in a day?
If I told you, then you'd know.
Then you need to.
I'm not going to tell you.
You need to use this word whisker. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, this is the one where I'm for sure telling you the truth. Now you have to figure out everything else I said on the Hangout. What was a lie, what wasn't. You got to go figure that out. Maybe all of it was
I'm
truthful.
taking your word as
Maybe
gospel.
none of it was. Why would you do that?
I hold you in high esteem, man.
You should not do that.
You're one of my friends.
You are just going to be let down mightily.
This is beautiful.
If that's the case. You're one of my friends, too.
Well, thanks, man.
Fergie, you a big baseball guy?
Used to be, but once again, I'm busy. I do watch the Jays.
Yeah,
And
because
that Blue Jays in 30, that's the way to go. If you got a busy life.
true that.
Yeah.
But no point in that.
There was a 2015 Cricket World Cup. Sportsnet did cricket in 60. It was great. I watched the hell out of that Cricket World Cup.
Did you watch by any chance the Canadian women's rugby team take apart France? On Saturday?
No, what was I doing Saturday?
It was, what the heck was the final score?
Oh, I went to pick up my parents from the airport and stuff.
Oh, how was their trip?
It was great.
Somebody will probably
I
text
have
in
an
this one.
Ajax jersey.
It was 40-something to 20-something.
They just crushed them?
What
Where did
would be
they
a-
play? Where?
They're playing in Vancouver.
Oh, they're playing Van?
Ireland, get this, they beat New Zealand, which are the number one ranked.
They do the haka?
Yep.
Yeah. Do the ladies do it too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Apparently there was I haven't looked at it yet, but they did a phenomenal haka. But everybody,
I think that's a sweet tradition.
yeah,
I love it.
But the Samoans are stealing it, the Tongans are doing it, well, all the South Pacific people are doing it. But
Is it supposed to be strictly the Kiwis thing, or because they're all
well, they're all culturally
similar?
Similar.
Yeah.
So I don't think they own the rights to do a haka.
Right.
Like the Scottish haka is hysterical.
Does it involve drinking?
Alcohol's usually a factor.
Yeah, got
we
it.
had we hosted the Aberdeen Strollers old boys rugby team in Nanaimo. When
That's their full name?
The Aberdeen Strollers.
Okay. Yeah.
And the old boys in Nanaimo are called the Used to Bees because the regular team is called the Hornets.
Okay.
And when you get to be an older Hornet, you become a Used to Bee, spelled B-E-E-S.
I see.
Anyway, so after the game was over, the Scottish guys are all in kilts and they were fairly well into their cups, and they did the Scottish haka. And two guys stood on chairs and they beat each other over the head with cookie sheets while they chanted "Humpity Dumpity had a great fall," or sat on the wall, bam, bam, and they'd hit each other. Humpity Dumpity had a
Brilliant.
great fall. Bam, bam. Oh, they were like wrestlers with the cuts on the forehead. And I digress. How about those Blue Jays?
I hate the Blue Jays.
Well,
I don't like the Blue Jays.
So-
I'm a
very
Yankee
little
Why
fan.
would
the
we
Blue
talk
Jays.
about
My
the Blue
Yankees
Jays? They're
are
not in the
number
playoffs.
one in the American League. The entire American League goes through
So
Yankee
you
Stadium.
think the Yankees are going to take it all?
They should.
Okay, well, who do you think? Because I want to. I
I think the Dodgers. I'm never going to bet against the Dodgers.
I say San Diego. They're the only ones that beat the Dodgers or dominated them this season.
As long as the Yankees win, I'm happy. That's all I care
What
about.
about you? You
I'm
two
full
cents on
fan.
this?
I go full
didn't
fan
think
for baseball
Yankees
playoffs. I'm going to go in on the Yankees. Judge and Soto have been brilliant this season. Soto has been everything the Yankees have wanted, and then some. Maybe this is our year to finally. Sorry, Tommy, I'm using R. This is our year to
It's
finally
always
get a
your damn
championship.
year
Well,
with
it's
the
Not. We
Yankees.
haven't won since 09. The franchise has not won since 09, and for Yankees, that's a ridiculously long time. 15 years is crazy.
Well, when they win, bring in the ring, okay?
I will. I'll buy one
Yeah.
I
just
like
to
the
do it.
Yankees because of their grooming standards.
You would.
Yeah, they look
That's right.
they look good. Those lads.
Barbasol
Yeah, they do.
everywhere
I
in that
agree.
locker room.
Shiny shoes, gold tooth, and a Mason's ring.
I will say
Send me in,
this: when it comes to Lou Lamoriello's thing of that, and even the Yankees, I will say I'll go this far. If you sign there, you agree to that. If you get traded there, I don't agree with you'd have to make a change. Like you have to cut your hair. You didn't agree to go there. That's my belief on that.
Look at YouTube, Trev. He's very excited about the call that's coming up here.
Oh,
Oh, is
nice.
it?
Yeah,
Look at you, Smiley.
thank you.
Yeah, well, anyway, so the MLB playoffs start today. If you guys want to keep an eye on that while we wait for the Oilers season
Trev, do you
yet
want
to
us
still
in
to
here?
start.
And you're
No,
training
he
for
just called your
Santiago?
qualifiers.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have to go?
I gotta
I
go to the
want
sandbox.
Tony to
Oh, go.
fail, even though he's
So
brilliant.
I'm going to be talking to someone by
I'm only
myself
just
anyway.
still sad. I'll get over it next year.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Text comes in
Yeah, we
from
got it.
Martin. Uh-oh, there goes Fergie.
He's just going to the washroom.
Martin says, 2 guys
I don't
beating
know why I'm
each
saying
other
that
with
out loud.
cookie sheets. That sounds like the result of if someone invades Gager's EST kitchen. Yes, well said, Martin. Well said. All right, so we have the caller who is qualified. We're working on it. Trev jumping the gun. Keep those.
Trev
texts
hasn't jumped
coming in.
anything.
7-8. Oh, can you just let me describe stuff and you do your thing? Sometimes we have to BS people, okay?
Oh, I'm not going to call it Trev because he's trying to do something. There,
It's
I
the
connected
EST
it.
Hangout.
It's pro.
Tom Gazzola, Matthew Iwanyk, Jasmine Sidhu, and Fergie's Prostate. YouTube Trev in studio as well, as we have our qualifier.
We do have a
ready
qualifier on the line.
All right, he's on the line. See
Yeah,
that?
you could just unmute.
I was buying us time.
Who do we got on the line right now?
You have Surveyor Brett on the line.
Surveyor Brett gets
no.
through right off the bat. Well, congratulations, Brett. You are into the draw. Wow. I'm having to qualify you. This is kind of weird for me.
Yeah, it's a good thing you don't do the actual picking of the numbers, I guess. Otherwise, might have got tossed to the side.
Have you ever been to LA before?
No, I have not.
No. Okay, that's cool. If you win this trip, I think I know which way you go, but what would you be most excited for? Going to see Clippers Warriors at their new arena, going to see Rams Cards at SoFi Stadium, or going to catch Edmonton taking on either LA or Anaheim?
I think I'd actually go with the NFL because I've never been to an NFL game, and I hear it's quite the crazy experience, so I think I'd be more excited for that.
Well, congratulations. Brett, you're in the draw. Keep your phone on November 29th during the morning show, because if they draw your name, they will call you, let you know that you're off to Los Angeles. Congrats, and enjoy the rest of your day, Surveyor Brett.
All right, and if it's to me, it's not a farce, but if it isn't, then it is totally a farce.
Fair enough. There's Surveyor Brett. He's your qualifier for the EST Flyaway presented by 780. Surveyor Brett, at the very end, he said that if it's not him, it's a farce, but if it is him, it's not a farce. And with that, the nasty chat right now.
They're lighting him up.
Duck Dad, rigged. Mitchie R, fixed.
Hi, Rick.
Rip City Step, farce. RVR Montenegro, farce. Big Uke, rigged. So a lot of people, Smitty the Welder, rigged for sure. But Surveyor Brett, our second qualifier for the EST Flyaway to LA, brought to you by the 780, local, homegrown, local shop right here in Edmonton. Next chance to qualify for the EST Flyaway to Los Angeles coming up on EST Afternoons with Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage. Once again, 4 times daily. Nielsen Show, Hangout, EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, as well as once on weekends. Hello Hockey. And in all of this, I do have to throw this out there. One person from the Nasty Club will also be drawn November 1st directly into the draw as well. So there you go. Our second qualifier, first for the Hangout, for the EST Flyaway to LA, being Surveyor Brett.
Hello, Hockey. Thanks for the plug.
He also picked the thing that most excited him about the trip was football. Going to see an NFL game.
And you'll see the Rams lose to the Cardinals.
And going to see
SoFi, right?
SoFi Stadium.
SoFi looks gorgeous.
Amazing.
I haven't heard anyone ever walk away from it going, but this. It's just, this is the standard that you want to get to.
Yeah.
It's just so huge. I don't know if I want to be at the top, though.
I left the bathroom in better shape than when I went in. Just so.
Use the ladies, of course.
Nope.
An update?
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Thank you for sharing.
There was a couple of stains in the toilet, but my high pressure stream took care of it.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Fergie.
I care.
Moving on.
A clean barracks is a happy barracks.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for that little
Yeah,
that update. It's
Welcome
the update
back.
we needed.
Yeah.
With portions of this hour brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of EST, promotional products that bring the buzz. TheHighProductMarketing.com. Check them out. We have a lot coming from the High Product Marketing over the course of this month, so be sure to stay tuned. I need to get in touch with Chelsea today to get some things done.
Ooh. We were talking about something for the next curated pop-up shop. What item did you like? Though you were telling me you wanted to talk to Matt about.
No, you said that Matt was going to talk to me about some of the designs.
Did I say that?
You did.
I didn't say
It's
that.
on the Hangout. I'll find it.
Did I say that?
No. Tommy did. Last week
No.
we were talking about
Yeah,
merch,
talk to her about the designs.
how we're so excited to see the new stuff, right? And then is it already submitted and all that?
No.
Okay, that's what it was.
Okay, that's what it was.
So I was going to just take a look at it.
Well, you don't agree with Tube Socks' efforts?
Well, it's not even Tube Socks.
No,
It
it's
doesn't
not bad.
it?
It's just
Chel-
like,
It's Chelsea from the Hive.
yeah.
Oh,
But it's Maddie, and now because I don't know if you get
I don't
this,
approve.
but I like fashion.
I
Maybe you want me to take a look at it. Look
I
at the
trust
blueprint.
Chelsea. I trust Chelsea.
Chelsea's very good.
I defer
agree,
to
'cause
Chelsea
this,
fully.
This stuff is dope. Don't get
I
me wrong.
defer like she sends stuff, and I very rarely.
Oh, I remember. I'm
What
sorry.
was it? Yeah,
It was
'cause I feel
because
like-
it was
like
Jolene
it's
and I
my
were
show or
talking about
something.
women's gear.
Yes, that's what it
Women's
was.
gear because
Maddie, that's what it was.
It was like the
Jump
women's
in anytime
fitting,
you want,
and then I said boobs,
Can
and
I?
everybody chimed in. Well, Maddie's gone.
We lost them. Boobs, Maddie. Consider boobs.
well, look at the time. We should switch to sports.
I don't even know what I missed
Talk
last
about
week.
the bathroom, though. But goodness gracious, I talk about boobs.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're
with it,
talking
though.
about curating the
I
women's
know.
line of EST gear with Chelsea.
Yes.
And consider boobs.
Women, yes, because women fit differently than men.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Do they now? I wouldn't have figured.
Unless the men are old.
Oh my
We're calling it the
goodness.
bro.
That's right. The man's ear.
The men's ear.
So the baseball. Is it a wild card today?
That's what I hear.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
It's
evidently.
the Mets, right? Making a comeback or something? Barely squeezed in?
12:30. Got Tigers, Astros on ABC of all places. Didn't know that. Royals, Orioles, Mets, Brewers, Braves, Padres. Game 1, but it really doesn't get going till Saturday, I believe, because that's when the Yankees start.
Oh, stop it.
That's when it matters. That's when it begins. When the Yankees play and first pitch happens at Yankee Stadium, we can say baseball playoffs are now back. It's that simple. It's that easy. And it's the Pinstripes deserve it. The Pinstripes are owed this. Aaron Judge deserves a ring.
this.
Juan Soto deserves a ring.
Someone described Aaron Judge to me yesterday as an alien because he's such a freak.
Yeah, he's great to watch.
Yeah. He's like,
nice.
what is he, 6'9"?
Yeah, he's easy on the eyes too,
6'7",
not gonna
giant.
lie. You know?
Oh.
Oh, you lie too.
What?
I'm not going to lie.
I'm not lying. He is easy on the eyes.
But you said, I'm not going to lie, and Fergie doesn't like that.
Oh, when you
Maddie-
say
He didn't
that.
say he
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
like
really-
it.
Right.
He just
Oh, am I
is
putting
saying
words
that
in
you're
his mouth?
qualifying that what everything else you say
could
is a
be a
lie.
lie.
We're getting technical.
It ain't a
now.
lie.
6'7", 282, making him one of the tallest and largest players in MLB.
He's that heavy?
Yeah, well, when you're that
boy.
large.
Well, he's got dense molecular construction.
He's also 32. I
Yeah.
didn't realize he was that old.
That contract takes him to
Judges?
like he's 40.
Yeah, he's
isn't it?
32.
Damn.
I'm only a year older than him.
He's younger than that.
I was 40 when he was born.
Crazy.
That means you were 39 when I was born.
Yeah.
That's how the math works.
And I still got most of my teeth
All right.
All the wisdom.
That's good.
and the prostate. Check it every week.
Oh, boy.
Healthy.
Oh,
guy.
boy.
Anything to take away from the NFL weekend for anyone here?
I can't get over
Vikings
Fergie's
won.
prostate.
4-0.
Yeah,
Are you a Viking fan?
that
Yeah.
I
Jordan
didn't know
Love
that.
comeback, hey? He just couldn't do it.
No.
And he walked out with the Favre jersey. Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was so cool. Yeah, that game was.
He walked out in a Favre jersey.
Yeah, that was his fit.
Probably not the time to wear a Favre jersey.
Yeah,
But he has the Parkinson's
Yeah, maybe
diagnosis.
that's why,
He unveiled
right?
that,
He
yeah.
also took million for like hundreds of $1,000s
yes.
from poor people.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
This
And
did
then when there
happen.
was a hearing about that, he drops that he has Parkinson's disease, which is awful.
Yep.
But there's also a PR play of why you're dropping that news at
yes.
that moment.
Correct.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Right? Like, I'm sorry, like he still is a guy that has taken money from others.
Backgrounder quickly.
That's where I'm just going with Jordan Love.
yeah,
I don't
and
know if I would probably want to hold off on the Brett Favre.
And our prime minister hasn't? Come on. Anyway, this isn't about politics.
Right, but
Yeah, this is sports.
backgrounder on Brett Favre, real quick. Cole's notes. He worked with the state government to get funding for a new volleyball facility, University of Mississippi, I believe, where his daughter is on the team.
Yep.
And what they did was diverted funds that was supposed to go to underprivileged people and put it towards a multi-million-dollar facility. And they tried to sweep it all under the rug, and it was all uncovered, and Brett Favre was implicated. And then they had hearings this past week, and Brett Favre dropped the Parkinson's diagnosis. And now I'm just going to call it a hunch. Jordan Love wasn't paying attention to the funding scandal, right? And more so, Brett Favre has Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Someone in his team needs to know what's going on with that, and
that's
it's not exactly the most lovable player.
Yeah. So that's
at the moment in the world,
how I interpret it.
Well, did he not behave inappropriately to female reporters?
Yes.
That was the girl in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jets reporter.
Not to mention he betrayed the Packers and went to the Vikings.
He did play for the Vikings,
That's probably the most
too.
greasiest thing. I mean, that would be coming from if you were a Green Bay fan. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure Green Bay fans overlooked those years or that year, whatever it was.
He was close to a Super Bowl appearance with those Vikings.
Yeah, that's.
He got to an NFC title game. Was it, I think, the Saints? Or was it the... No, it was the Giants. No. Giants was, I think, the playoff game with the Packers when they lost in the NFC Championship game. I think it was the Saints. Vikings lost to.
Yep.
So, he was a damn good quarterback. But,
Okay. Also,
he was a gunslinger. He threw a lot of interceptions. Sorry, Jeff.
but he threw touchdowns.
Yeah.
He was fun to watch because of that.
no, just think about New York, how the Jets lost to the Broncos. That game was a dud as well. I mean, if you want to talk about what games that stood out to you,
The Miami game yesterday was a dud.
Derrick Henry and the Baltimore Ravens.
Running over 87 yards, 84 yards,
87.
That's the longest in team history.
Yes, and I think his third longest in his career.
I wasn't expecting that as the Ravens, not just beating the Bills. Wasn't expecting them to beat the Bills, but it was just not even close.
No,
they are only good against bad teams.
Ooh.
Which is the I'll ask you this because you're a Ravens fan. What was the biggest disappointment? That Henry didn't get 200 yards in that game, or that Vladdy didn't get 200 hits?
Vladdy Jr.?
Yeah.
I don't like the Jays, so I don't care.
Oh God, Maddie.
So
I'm
clearly,
do a question.
So it's clear. Well, and that's my. It's clearly Derrick Henry, 200 yards.
Yeah.
Why would I care about Vladdy Jr.?
Because he plays for a Canadian team.
There's only one true Canadian team. They don't even play here anymore.
I'll also come clean. I care very little,
the Expos.
if not at all, for the Jays.
I can't cheer for a
We're all
Toronto
mad
team.
at the Jays. We all mad at them.
I can't cheer for a Toronto team. It's never going to happen. I grew up as an Expos fan.
Well,
I don't care for either. Canadian
What about you? Which one did you care more about?
are you ready for this drop? I'm a Leafs fan.
What?
Oh,
Well, I go back to the original 6. I'm old.
Yeah, you clearly are. Something wrong there, buddy.
I'm not going to rip you on that.
No.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like how you find a lot of Bruins, Habs, or Leafs fans in this parts of Canada and stuff. It makes sense.
that's valid.
So I'm not, and even it gets passed down. I can see at times too. So I just am not going to cheer for Toronto. I don't have, and especially in baseball, the Yankees are my team. But when it was Canadian, I cheered for the Expos. So I'm not going to all of a sudden cheer for the Jays.
And
just
when I sell a
Jays.
kidney and can afford to go to an Edmonton game, when Toronto's in town, well, half the stadium's wearing blue and white.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're...
That's like any Canadian team that we play. It's like the Canucks. You see a bunch of Canucks fans.
Not like Leafs or Habs.
Habs perhaps are probably the most. I would agree. Yeah.
Habs and Leafs there are special nights in terms of it's as European as you're going to get here, where it's a mixed crowd, and it does bring out the best of Oiler fans.
Great energy.
Because
that's true.
You get the Go Leafs Go chants or whatever, and then Oiler fans, they counter with Go Oilers Go or whatever. And you don't get that most nights, but the Leafs and the Habs fans bring out the best of the Oiler fans.
Yep.
Flip side to that, you could also be like, why are you selling your tickets to Leafs and Habs fans if you're... But then the other flip side to that even is it costs so much to get those Oilers tickets. It's a way to make some of your money back.
Absolutely.
Which then the other flip side though is it doesn't matter if you're a fan, you buy the tickets. Why are you giving up to the opposition? And I could keep going on that. But I'm going to take this to the way of something that was mentioned earlier in the show: Utah Hockey Club concession prices.
Yeah.
Following the Atlanta Falcons.
Did you see the concession prices?
No.
I heard about it.
Okay.
Go on.
I'll
This
pull
is
them up.
this is
Did
great.
you see them?
No, but I like where this is going if they're following the Falcons.
They are fan friendly. So you get a bottle of water for $2, Dasani, box of popcorn for $3, nachos $3, hot dogs $3, and Far's ice cream $3.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
but
Where's that again?
Utah Hockey Club.
So, but
And
the
the
question
Jazz
is,
are doing it.
Oh, the Jazz too. Oh yeah,
Well,
it's
it's the
Jazz.
same owner.
Yeah.
And it'd be the same barn.
Ryan Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about like alcohol prices? Considering that state is a little low key on their drinking.
I think you can get drinks there.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're going to be cheaper.
It's funny that they didn't post them, right?
Yeah, well, because
Well,
this is
they're
like, it's the same as if you go to Atlanta and you go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They have the cheap pricing, but that's not, you can't get it everywhere. It's certain concessions you have to go to get the cheap pricing. And I think it's mostly on the upper levels.
Oh.
They still have a lot of premium options. They still have, drinks are still very expensive at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. But they have options that if you don't want to go spend that, you can get some things for cheaper.
Which is great.
Well, why wouldn't you do that though? Taking the walk upstairs? I don't get it. I don't want a $25 burger. I'd rather have a $3 hot dog.
And you have to go to a certain concession to get the $3 hot dog.
Like the poor
The
people
glizzy.
side?
Then you got to wait in the line, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit,
But
right? Yeah.
they do it in certain spots, but it's not everywhere. You can't just go to any concession and go and get.
Okay, and you're saying
The
this
cheaper.
this possibly could be what Utah's going to do too.
I don't know what Utah's going to do, but there will be other things.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be everything you get if you go to a Utah hockey game.
Yeah.
There are still going to be a lot of other options, which then that's going to cost you money. And I'm assuming alcohol is going to be whatever alcohol they sell. I know the state's not the biggest on alcohol.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming they're still going to charge you a nice
Absolutely.
fee on that one because that's where you're making your money as a club.
Absolutely.
Totally.
That's like the Oiler games. I can't remember what I saw for pictures from the preseason, but it's like $16 or something.
I think it's gone up.
But
Shocking.
That's
Somebody,
where you're
like,
making.
posted
That's
it.
where you're making your
Yeah.
cash.
Did you see, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw on Twitter that there's like a big obstruction view at the arena, at the Utah arena.
Yes. Yeah, because it's
time.
not designed for hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and they made extra seats, correct?
There's 11,000 seats, I believe, that are hockey specific almost, where you can see the entire ice, and they've added extra seats that are obstructed.
Right. I'm just saying, as a fan, I would not be okay with that.
Well, it's temporary. That's the only. Well, they could have gone to where they played the Olympics. I think that was the other option, but
You know that it's obstructed when you buy it, though.
Yeah.
So it's not like a surprise. Like one of them, you can't see the blue line in. You can only see blue line out.
I remember when the Oilers would play in Brooklyn against the Islanders when they were there temporarily. I went and sat in those seats because the same thing. It was designed for basketball.
Yeah.
And you can only see 3/4 of the ice, or 2/3, I should say.
I guess because they're adding seats for the Jazz, like on the floor and such, right?
Well, yeah, the way basketball's done is because you could get a little closer.
It's
Yeah.
steeper,
So
too.
it could be done, designed differently. And so once they get the Olympics in 34, I believe it is, part of that is building a brand new arena, which will be designed for the Jazz and the Utah Hockey Club, which I hope they keep that name.
I know you do. I don't.
It's a great name.
I get it. I get what you're saying, but I still like the Yetis.
They're the hockey
So
team.
the potential of the
Yeti.
names there are just so
Do
great.
the Yeti.
Because then it's like the symbol. You get a cool symbol.
Utah has 58 craft breweries. So it's not that they're against alcohol.
No, and I think Tommy said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you and me had this discussion that when he had gone there, to go to a liquor store it's hard to find one nearby, or they close early.
Everything's closed early. We went to we're doing our boys' golf trip, and we always stopped in Salt Lake overnight. And we went to a Chili's. This is just an example. And we wanted a beer after a long day on the road. And we had a bite and a beer, and we were watching sports. And the lady that was working the bar that night was like, okay, what do you guys want? Gave us the menu. We ordered, and we're looking around. We're like, where the heck are the taps? She goes, I have to go get them. They're in the kitchen because they couldn't display
Like they're
taps.
hidden, yeah.
Yeah. And if you wanted another, your drink had to be completely finished, and then I think everyone else's also had to be
What?
finished.
Oh, I thought it was like one at a time rule.
It was
but
totally one at a time. So it was just very stringent. This was at a Chili's in Salt Lake City. That was
miss
my
Chili's.
Which Chili's?
I miss
Oh, you
Chili's.
miss Chili's.
No, which Chili's? I want to know which address, which street.
Yeah. I think we
I
were
do
in
miss
Provo or
Chili's.
something
Sizzling?
like that. Yeah.
on SNL, did you see that skit, by the way?
This weekend?
Yeah.
They had a Chili's skit this
What
weekend?
was the skillet? The sizzling. There was like a bunch of wives talking, and then the guy
Oh, yeah,
trying
I
to get
didn't
the
enjoy
order to
it.
the table is
I was
sizzling.
getting bored by SNL at that point this
It
weekend.
wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Reed's favorite hippo made an appearance.
Moon.
Was it
Moonbang?
Wu-Tang?
I didn't know much about the hippo, but they were he was mocking
How famous she
Wu
is.
Bang?
No, they were using that hippo to mock some singer right now.
Oh.
Chantel, is it Chantel Roan or something like that?
Chappelle Roan? Chappelle Roan?
Do you, Fergie? Do you know?
I got nothing.
Okay, here's a question I will throw that it's been a topic a few months ago on like TikTok. Is it wrong to order fajitas at a friend's birthday if you guys all go together, but like at their birthday?
What?
Why would that be wrong?
Apparently, some people say you're not allowed to order fajitas. Like if we all go out for Fergie's birthday and I order fajitas, I'm not allowed. Because
Why?
it's such a show when you get fajitas. It's taking away the attention
because it's
from the birthday.
That's ridiculous.
Stupid. Just like TikTok.
That when they all come out
dumb.
and they show it, like it's if you order, and some people are like, "Oh, this person ordered fajitas." It's my birthday though. Why are you ordering fajitas and taking the attention away from
You're
me?
being an attention
Stupid.
seeker with your. Guys, would you be offended?
Fergie gets the fajitas every time he goes to somebody's
my
birthday.
God.
I'm an attention whore.
I love it.
He told me that when you said you're gonna wear your suit. That's ridiculous, stupid
Yeah.
TikTok.
Thank you, Jen.
TikTok is stupid.
Chappelle Rowan or something.
Chappelle Roan?
That may be it. Her.
Yeah.
She was getting mocked, but they were using the hippo to mock her.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
What's the hippo's name?
well, when you
Wu Bang?
Google
Hippos have
this.
got great senses of humor, don't they?
Hippos?
Yeah, very.
Oh, massive ones.
Yeah,
They laugh all the time.
yeah, it goes with their teeth. Great big friggin' teeth.
Oh boy, a lot of Chili's love rolling in via the Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999.
Airport Chili's, the best Chili's.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
this
you have
one
to
says,
go to fly somewhere to go to it.
I
Best
miss
airport beer.
Chili's.
It's the best beer.
We went to Chili's when we went to Spokane this summer. It was very nostalgic. Another one says, I miss the Southwest egg rolls from Chili's. Did we lose all Chili's?
Except in the airport.
Except the airport.
And I think Banff had it for a while, but I think Banff may have lost their Chili's too. I could be wrong on that one. So I think Edmonton and Calgary's airports are the only places to get Chili's.
And it's always the airport. That one at the airport. It's in a perfect spot right when you get to the terminal and departures. It's in the
Kind of in the middle. So
yeah.
you can,
Yeah. We're lucky. We have a good airport.
Always go.
Oh, it's still in Banff. You go to Banff, you can go to the Calgary airport, you can go to the Edmonton airport.
Banff has some great restaurants. Let's save that for another topic.
There are no Chili's in BC.
You know what's not good? TGI Fridays.
There are none in Ontario. Do we have like the only ones?
They're awful.
They're awful.
Yeah. I would take a Chili's over a TGI Fridays every day.
I had it in Seattle and it wasn't.
It's nothing.
Yeah,
Get the
unremarkable.
matzo sticks if you end up there, unfortunately.
I was.
I'm very intrigued now where the other
the chili.
Chile. I'm now intrigued that is Alberta the only place. Alberta, I think, might be the only place that you could still get Chili's in Canada.
I couldn't be happier with A&W.
A&W's
A&W's
delicious.
fantastic.
But you can't
delicious.
get fajitas.
Not yet.
Well, then why have a birthday party there then? That's.
You know what? Can I say something? I just need to confess something quickly.
I don't think we have a choice.
Okay.
Well, we do. I could just start talking.
You know what? I was a little the fajitas topic here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So every time I did go to
not
Chili's,
gonna lie.
I'm telling the truth. Is every time I'd go to Chili's, I'd look at the menu and I'd be like, okay, I want to order this one. Then obviously the tray goes by. So I've only eaten fajitas at Chili's. That's all.
That's
I've
okay.
Because there's
That's
nowhere
all
else.
I've had.
Because there's nowhere else to eat it. Because it's not the same.
It's just
Right.
It's
but I get caught into the
Chili's thing.
theatrics of it.
It's the Chili's
Yeah.
thing.
Get the sizzling pan.
Yeah.
I remember when they had like
And
the
I wish I
all-you-can-eat
didn't do that.
fajitas,
I wish
and
I
they'd bring
tried.
you more later.
That could be an EST drinking game. Whenever somebody says, I'm not going to lie, you got to take a chug, right? Be hammered by 10:30.
Not gonna lie, but there's a few of those. There was the EST drinking game in the first part of last fall. With I think you were part of it. Dustin with a Y, Savage. Every time Dusty picked up his hat.
Oh, yeah, Box Pounder started that.
Was it Box Pounder?
Yeah.
Every time Dusty
Cheers,
would
yeah.
lift up his hats and like readjust it,
Yeah.
it was to have a drink, sociable.
Yeah, sociable. That's right. That was Box Pounder.
Chili's is
appreciate that.
overrated. I'm agreeing with the nasty chat. It's so overrated. Their fajitas are overrated 'cause that's all I tasted.
Chili's is
Chili's.
It's rated
Functional.
exactly as it is.
Yeah.
I don't. To say it's overrated
Yeah.
is to say that people think Chili's is amazing fine dining.
was it 2.5 star, I believe. Generally 2.5 to 3.
It was a fine restaurant. to just have a
Family
quick
fun.
bite.
They have beers.
They have
On tap.
fajitas that
part.
go in the sizzle, and you're all excited. That's all it was there for.
Get the
If you think Chili's is overrated, you clearly have overrated Chili's yourself because no one else rated it that way.
Yeah.
I'm going for curry tonight.
Oh,
Where?
Yeah.
I'm going to cook my oxtail stew, and I'm going to fridge it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to Kessery.
Never heard of it.
It's on 137th Avenue. So if you're going up St. Albert Trail, take a left on 137. And Mustatum is that new road right by the Hampton Inn and Suites.
Ah,
Popeye's Chicken Out.
yeah.
Right
Okay.
in there, there's a little strip. There's a kids dentistry.
Yep.
And there's this place, Kesri. It's Indian food with a Nepalese influence. Oof.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had a lot of Indian food in my life.
I'm gonna bring
I'm
it
just
in.
doing this
You're
now the
getting
rest of the
Fergie
I'm
time.
gonna bring it in one day. I'm gonna cook you guys a great Indian meal one day.
Yes.
I'm just
You
waiting.
brought in samosas the one day. Those are phenomenal.
They're from one of my favorite restaurants,
So
but
good.
I will bring in like my home cooked whatever you guys want me to make.
Let's
I'll make.
go.
Don't say butter chicken.
I know because butter chicken is technically UK.
Scottish.
Is it really?
Is it Scottish? It's,
It was developed in Scotland.
yeah, it's European. Excuse me, it's European.
Really?
It's not Indian technically.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, give me a vindaloo any day.
Yeah,
It's also-
that I can't make.
The
but-
butter chicken is very mainstream though. Like
It
it's
is so
not,
mainstream- so
like it's
easy to
everywhere
make.
could do it, and
Yeah.
it's delicious. I love a good
Yeah.
butter
Delicious.
chicken.
Yeah.
But what does that look for?
Tandoori is
What's
the best.
wrong with butter chicken?
But it has a little bit
Have
of
a
not
Big
too much
Mac.
heat in it. It has what you call it, a nip.
They're very different. I would say a Big Mac and butter chicken are quite different there,
Well, it's
Fergie.
about as exciting as you're going to get.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's. I'm saying it's good for what it is. You can't have exciting meals every day.
For you don't like large McDonald's? Big Macs?
Big Arch is 1,030 calories.
Have you tried it?
No. No, I've already had one.
Yeah,
heart
what's the
attack.
difference
Jeez.
with the Big Arch? Like, what is it so special?
Basically,
This is-
2 Big Macs.
Oh, that's what that
It's
is?
I've
The
I've-
sauce is the same? The Big
No,
Mac
I don't know.
Thousand
I'm-
Island.
I'm not trying it. It's 2 quarter-pound patties, and I think
I
3
can't.
slices of
Too
cheese.
much.
Oh, here we go.
It's a lot.
2 quarter-pound, 100% Canadian beef. Got to be
lot.
Canadian beef. Layered with 3 slices of white processed cheese, topped with crispy onions, slivered onions,
Paddles.
pickles,
Oh,
lettuce, Big Arch sauce on a sesame poppy seed bun. I'd eat the hell out of that.
It sounds great. Just too much.
That's like your daily intake right there.
1,030 calories.
Yeah.
Just over 1,000 calories.
Oh, too much.
yeah. That's definitely a
It's
cheat
double the
meal.
calories of a Big Mac. Ish.
Yeah, so I could eat
You know
one of
what?
these.
Big Mac is good, but nothing beats a McChicken or the filet of fish.
Never had a filet-o-fish.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted to try the Popeyes one.
Get
'cause
a double fillet of fish.
really, that's too much meat. Again, it's too much meat.
What's that meat?
Well, fish.
And get it without the cheese. So I'm minimizing my fat intake. Healthy choices.
It's just, I think I
look
just
at-
love the bun a lot, right? I want a lot of bun.
I'm looking.
How do you not have any hair on your legs?
You and I used the same razor this morning.
Legit.
I know.
Do you get them lasered? Like, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
What's going on
Not
there?
a hairy dude.
No, oh, okay.
By the way, East Side Mario's is really good back in the day.
Hey, bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
It's still around somewhere, isn't
Yeah,
it?
just fill
St.
a few
Albert's
of
got
them.
one.
I was going to say, I think St. Albert's the only place then.
My folks.
That's
My folks had
Edmonton
like
doesn't
a,
have one.
No. But a shout out to Olive Garden. We, at the rugby club last week, we hosted the provincial playoffs. So second div, first, second, and third div, and plus there was an exhibition game between the U23 Wolfpack, which is like the All-Stars, against U of A. So we had 8 rugby teams to feed. So we got Olive Garden to cater it. They did a phenomenal job.
That's a good,
Absolutely phenomenal.
good idea.
Yeah.
Did
Good
you get
salad and
unlimited
breadsticks.
breadsticks?
Yeah, well, we had a hockey sock
Yeah.
full of salad left over. Oh my, was it ever
Wow.
good salad? But
As an Italian, I don't think I'm supposed to go to Olive Garden.
No, not necessarily, but you can try Old Spaghetti Factory
but I'm,
once.
I've
Scottish.
never been there.
I know, that's why I
Right
said
beside-
Old Spaghetti Factory.
But I'm Scottish, and I've never met haggis that I haven't loved.
You love haggis.
And I've never tried haggis,
Yeah,
but I would
me
like
either
to
have
one
I.
day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd give it a shot. See how it tastes.
I dabble.
Well, come to
taste it.
the St. Albert Robbie Burns dinner.
When is Robbie Burns Day?
Well, his actual day is the January 25th, but I think that's a Saturday. So all the RCMP pipe band will be having their big dinner, and they do it at the Italian Center. And,
Of course.
Yeah.
As you would.
And the Legions,
As one does.
well, in St. Albert do it. I've piped it there before. Anyway, we're having ours on the 24th of January, on the Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
How are the acoustics at the Italian Center for bagpipes?
Actually, really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did you get into that? That's actually something I wanted to ask
What, the
you.
Italian Center? Right through the door. Sometimes it's locked.
Fergie's winning today.
Oh my
Well
goodness.
played, sir.
Yes, thanks for telling me. Bagpipes.
I always loved them. And then I got a chanter, which is the little blowpipe that you practice on, and broke this finger playing rugby. So I never picked it up again for years and years. And then I got transferred to Regina and met up with the pipe sergeant who was in the Regina City Police. And he says, oh, that's perfect for the E note. So I picked up the chanter. Hell's bells, I could play this thing, right? So I went out and I was with them. So I learned then. And then kind of got busy with kids and all the rest of this sort of stuff. And my wife said to me one day, where are you going? I said, I'm going to band practice in Victoria. Oh. Are you going to give up being a cub leader? No. Are you going to give up playing rugby? No. Are you going to retire from the police? No. Well, are you going to give up on this marriage? Well, not yet. And I said, oh, okay, I better not devote any time to band. About 6 months later, she says, oh, guess what I saw in the paper today? We lived in Souk, the Souk Mirror. What's that? Well, the Legion is advertising for pipers, experienced or new pipers. And she said you could get into piping with the boys. So the two guys that were still at home, Jamie is a phenomenal piper. So he got on pipes, and Stu is a drummer. And I was allowed to start playing, so I played more and more and more.
So many years.
I really didn't get into it until I was 50.
Okay.
So
Good 5 years.
There was a joke coming in my head, and I leave it.
no. Whereas my youngest was 10, and he had the benefit of being in Air Cadets. And so 2 years in a row, he went to Penhold, and for 6 weeks, 4 hours a day, he played bagpipes. Then the next year, he went down to Ontario to a big Air Cadet camp down there, and he played there. That's how he learned.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool talent, to have.
Yeah, it's a tricky instrument. Like French horn, they say, is one of the toughest instruments to play. But bagpipes are, so you learn how to play a few tunes on the chanter, then you make the transition to bagpipes. And this isn't about sports. Should we talk about sports?
Oh, I'm
I
enjoying
was
this.
curious. I asked.
This is the hangout.
I wanted to know.
This is the hangout.
So then you get a set of bagpipes.
Yeah.
Okay, well now you got got the blow stick, so you fill the bag up with air, and then the air comes out the chanter pipe, which is where the melody comes from. But you've got 3 drones over your shoulder, and they buzz. There's a bass and 2 tenors, and they buzz at a constant A, an A note on the scale. So you're blowing in 1, and your air is coming out 4. So you can cork off these drones and just learn to play the music on the chanter and keep the pressure in the bag regulated and breathing and all that sort of stuff. And then as you get better, you take a cork out of one of the drones and you understand the dynamics there, and take out a second drone and then a third drone. Now you're playing the bagpipes. And just when you think you're all that in a bag of chips, somebody says, by the right, quick march. And now you've got to march, you've got to watch your dressing, you've got to remember to fill the bag with air, and you got to play the tune and all this other sort of stuff. So it's a little bit...
Are they heavy?
There was a guy that I knew in BC who was a silversmith, and he did all the ferrules and all the caps and stuff like that with silver. His pipes probably weighed 15 pounds, but he was a big man. Poor bugger died of cancer a few years ago. Here's to you, Bruce. Anyway, but normally they're not. The pipes that I have are made by Andrew Lee in Surrey, and they're made out of a kind of a poly. You could drive over them with a tank and they won't break.
Let's try that.
You got $2,000 you want to spare? That's what they are.
Yeah, but they're not going to break, so we don't have to worry about
no,
that.
we're good.
Well, we could try that.
I'm just messing.
That's what you said. They're not going to break.
They're not
Or were you lying to us?
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Let's get to Road Warriors, brought to you by AccuSteel. Heavy haul trailers, custom manufacture heavy haul trailers for mining, oil, and gas equipment. Highway transportation, no patch jobs, better than new solutions, trusted by leaders in the heavy transport industry. Get on the road with peace of mind for your large loads. AccuSteel.ca. Jasmine mentioned it earlier. We do got baseball playoffs beginning starting at 12:30 as the Tigers will be on the road in Houston taking on Norman at Combines. Astros, Royals in Baltimore take on the Orioles. Mets in Milwaukee take on the Brewers, and the Bay Braves taking on Rip City Steps Up Padres. That gets going at 6:30 tonight. Champions League action today too. Arsenal PSG. That's probably the highlighted match. Dortmund Celtic. That's happening. You got Barcelona taking on. This is a club team name. Young Boys.
come on.
That's the It's I forgot where they are. The Young Boys. I think they're not.
This is in Champions League. They're called Young Boys.
Their team's called Young Boys. That is their.
That's worse than the Thomas Sabo
it's Belgium.
Ice Tigers.
So yeah, Barcelona and Barcelona goes up against
Yeah.
Young Boys today in Champions League action. That gets
my.
going at 1:00. So there's your
I'm stifling.
Road Warriors
any
today, brought to you by
comments.
AccuSteel.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to read this article.
Okay.
It's on Swayman. Can you explain what's happening here?
They're at a stalemate in negotiations, and yesterday Cam Neely, president of the Boston Bruins, said he has 64 million reasons why Jeremy Swayman should be in training camp with the Bruins right now. And then Swayman's agent came out and said that they
He never heard the 64 yet.
It's not going well, and it's not a good situation.
Well, that's a massive number for a guy that's really. Is he proven?
What did he play? His biggest season or most games played was like 49 or something like that. Yeah, he always had Linus Ullmark with him, and Ullmark won the Vezina 2 years ago. And,
He's 25.
yeah,
44 games, most last year.
44. There it is.
But his career save percentage in the National Hockey League is a .919. Last year was a .916. Before that, a .920. Before that, .914. And before that, in 10 games, it was a .945. So
He's a
young.
American kid, isn't he?
Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah.
You want a long-term goalie. There aren't many out there like him. Or you can try to go and keep finding other goalies. But why are you trying to piss off your star goalie?
Okay.
Yeah. It's nobody feels bad for the Bruins.
And that's a worse contract, in my opinion, than Jack Campbell.
If you gave Swayman $8 million a year,
Yeah. That's a big
it's
number.
a big risk. Yeah, and you're hoping he can become a 60-game goalie.
Do you? Because to me,
he's playing half the season. You're going to pay him.
I'm paying him for the playoffs.
He wants like 10.
I'm paying so he goes wins in the playoffs.
Has he won in the playoffs?
That's like I need him to play. If I'm the Bruins, I want 55 to 60 games. That's it.
Okay.
I
So
want
that's 10, 11 more games.
Maybe
Like
50,
44 less.
55, like somewhere between 50 and 60 games is probably what I want. I don't need him to play that many more games personally. You find that right backup. You should feel that you're good enough to make the playoffs.
They have Korpisalo
and then
in there
it's
right
go and it's about the playoffs at that point. And to your point, hasn't done it in the playoffs. That's the
They
big
beat
one.
the Leafs.
But to me, this is where sometimes people value regular season a little too much. Where it's no, you need him to go win you the cup in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they don't get paid in the playoffs, but that's why you're having them locked in.
Like they're comparing him to like Shesterkin, Bobrovsky is the highest paid goalie right now. And then Carey Price was the highest paid goalie ever, I believe, and still is like 10.5. Bobrovsky's won multiple Vezinas. Now he just won a Stanley Cup. He's been doing it for a long time and was doing it before he signed with Florida. Had built that track record. Swayman has the potential to, and his numbers are good, but it's in a smaller sample size. So I understand where the Bruins are coming from. I think that's a very healthy contract. The $64 million was an 8 years, $8 million AAV. But he's asking for like 10. I don't know if it's warranted.
No.
Too much.
Bye-bye.
But by Jeremy?
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thanks for filling me in.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
You just get rid of
not
him.
good.
You wouldn't try to you'd move on from him.
Oh, yeah.
It's risky.
There's a ton of goaltenders out there that are.
Are there?
Yeah, wait a
There
second. Are there?
Yeah, there are.
Okay, let us know.
Well, Detroit has like 9. They've got Talbot, Campbell, Husso,
Good goalies.
Kosa, Lion,
Good goalies.
and then they have like 3 or 4 other guys in camp. I was looking at the roster the other day, and I'm like, where is Jack going to play? Where is Talb's going to play? They've got Husso. I know he was banged up for a while. Lion has some promise, even though he's in early 30s, is his age. Kosa had a good year with Grand Rapids last year. It's interesting. So you can steal a goalie from Detroit, I guess. Talb's was a all-star last year.
Yeah, we only got a couple minutes.
Why? What happened? Why are you hitting your glass?
Oh, we do have to say Big Brother.
Oh.
No, we're not. I thought we're not going to talk about it on air.
Oh, I thought we were.
Okay.
What were you going to go with?
Just to kick my dish.
Oh,
right?
nothing. I was going to ask you something off air I had on my notes. It was about Halloween.
Are we dressing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why?
I don't dress up for Halloween.
Okay, well, maybe the nasties can help me on this one. I was thinking we do like a Halloween show where we dress up, and I was gonna bring like decorations for that day.
Are you working that day here?
I will be. That's the day I'll pick.
I'll be at the rink.
Come on, man.
Unless I'm
See,
wearing a
no
Ghostbusters outfit. I'm
I think
You
Dusty
can
and
wear
Eric will
ghost-
do
I
why
don't
not?
stuff.
have one anymore.
You
I
big
used to have
Halloween
one.
person?
I used to work Halloween all the time
That must have been fun.
and deprive people of their liberty.
And toilet paper on the trees. And,
No. Just incarcerate people.
oh, okay.
Usually
For
inebriated.
misbehaving.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, October 1st, poppy campaigns will start pretty soon for the Legion.
Excellent.
When?
Yeah.
Well,
When did you say October 1st?
yeah, they usually kick off.
Is that when it starts?
Around this time.
Fergie,
When's the season start to wear poppies then? When they first go on sale?
I've seen people wearing them all year round.
but there's an etiquette
But yes.
protocol to it, and I think it's worth reminding people. When do
there's-
you take it off? Because I think people.
Well, you take it off on Remembrance Day.
Correct.
Yeah, sundown of Remembrance Day.
But there's also like a time like when you start seeing the broadcasters all wearing it and stuff, and coaches in the NHL wearing it and
Isn't
stuff. And is that like when's that begin?
Well, that's normally like 3 weeks out.
Is it 3 weeks out or something?
Yeah.
Okay, can I say something quickly? You
You've asked that a lot.
Okay.
What if I say no?
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, you want to know something? It's the Hangout coming up
that
next.
a
That
lot.
is the Lock Shop. We've got 2 guys and a goalie today. It is Tuesday. EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show. Your next chance to qualify for the EST Flyway to LA. Fergie, it was great having you in this show.
Thanks, man.
Come on, man. I was going to say we should wear our poppies, but put your Christmas tree up after. After the
Most
Olympics.
people
Who's
do
putting
that.
up Christmas trees
Man,
on November
people
11th?
lost it. Yeah, come at me. Put your Christmas tree up after November 11th.
Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take or anything. I think a lot of people would agree
A
with
lot of
that.
people put them up before.
But a lot of people don't.
Yeah, but those people that don't have not lost it. I'm just saying because, talking about the poppies. So that's my take on that. Do you not care? Like, put your Christmas tree up whenever?
What's the point? I used to be like December the 15th.
Really?
And then,
Yeah, that's-
and then when the Rose Bowl was on, November the 1st, I'm taking her down. Then you get a vacuum. Love to vacuum.
Because you know what?
Do you?
All the lines in my carpet are parallel. I'm a little goofy like that.
I do that with when I cut grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to vacuum here?
Sure, I'll bring in my own Dyson.
I need a Dyson.
I'm not using that piece of crap you got around here. that
It is a
Dusty
piece. It
complained
might blow up next time we power it up.
It does the job.
about. Let me have a look at it.
It does. There's like 2 of them around here.
We have 2.
It does the job. It does the job. Fergie, it was great having you in.
You were scraping the bottom when you texted me yesterday. I thought, ooh, she's a slow day down at
No, it was a
Evanston
good one.
Sports Talk. Anyway,
No, glad to have you in.
how did you know I was available?
I didn't.
You
I was
assumed.
hoping.
I'm retired.
I was hoping.
I'm retired now.
Yeah, but you might have
got-
stuff. You still have it's the final week at the rugby club.
Well, I got the fire protection guys coming in. We're getting 9 brand new fire extinguishers at 1:30 today.
I need to
very
actually.
excited
I need
about
to
this.
buy a fire
I'm
extinguisher
pretty
for us.
stoked about that. And then 3:15, I'll be at the branch 271 of the Legion playing crib, weekly crib tournament.
All right.
Next time you're here, we're playing a game of crib.
Sure.
Next time we're here, we're still talking about Christmas trees because I still got some stuff to say.
It is October 1st.
Jasmine, thank you. I don't know when we're seeing you next. You're supposed to get that to me today, Tommy. Yeah, no oil stream
Probably
today.
Thursday.
So
Probably Thursday.
Going to the rink.
Do I owe anybody an apology? Because Normally, I've offended somebody.
Whoever you.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you were good today.
You were very good.
Coming up next, it is the Lock Shop. Like I said, 2 guys and a goalie at noon. EST afternoons. Reed Wilkins Show. That's all coming up here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. On behalf of Tommy, Jasmine, Fergie, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in to the Hangout. Enjoy the rest of your day. And like I said, Lock Shop in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola with here. Joining us today.